A Napa guy knows the only way you'd give a freshly minted driver a brand new car is if he promises to never drive it. Instead, let him grind the gears and knock over the neighbor's mailbox in something a little more suited to his skill level. And with over 400,000 parts and a little Napa know-how, he can safely drive something that's nearly as old as he is. It's not perfect, but it's perfect for him. That's Napa know-how.
Blog Talk Radio.
Here we go. Blast off.
This is True Capitalist Radio. True Capitalist Radio.
I am your host, the man they call Ghost.
The badass of business.
Give him capitalism or give him death.
That's it. Period.
Broadcasting from his Skyline office studios in beautiful downtown Austin, Texas.
You sound fruitier than a box of Fruit Loops, for Christ's sake.
And now, he'll take it from here. Your host, the prognosticator of prognosticators, the man they call Ghost.
What's going on, folks? It's Ghost here, once again for another edition of the True Capitalist Radio program. This is episode number 45 for all the people that are keeping track with the True Capitalist program. Folks, it is some unturbulent times, or I should say turbulent, not unturbulent, what the hell I'm talking about, turbulent times out here. To say the least, whether it's the social landscape, political landscape, or the economic landscape. And as you can see, once again, today in the markets, you had a lot of scared investors. But at least these scared investors are starting to somewhat put their money in someplace. Because I thought yesterday's move where all these investors were selling off in equities, selling off in commodities, and putting their investments in treasuries was an absolute joke, considering the United States government may shut down this Friday. So we're going to go over all that in just a second, folks. But before we do, I'd like for everybody to please, if you could, spread the word about the True Capitalist Radio program right now. If you're listening live, go to your Twitter account, go to your social networking accounts, or whatever it might be. Please spread the word and send your followers to the link, blogtalkradio.com/ghost. That's blogtalkradio.com/ghost, all right? Spread it around like wildfire and let everybody know that we're in effect and we're in the house. All right, and please retweet the program, if you will, if you happen to be listening in. Anyway, I want to thank everybody for tuning in with me. There's a lot of things, or, very little things to talk about. I mean, right now we are in the midst of whether or not Japan is going to have an all-out meltdown at these nuclear power plants that have been affected because of the earthquake and tsunami that Japan was afflicted with a short time ago. And I think that this is a serious implication on not just international environmental concerns, but obviously today in the investment world, if you had been trading today, folks, you would have seen that once some bureaucrat out there in Japan started comparing this nuclear meltdown, and he used the words apocalypse to describe this meltdown in Japan, that's when the damn market started tanking. Markets started selling off. You started seeing spikes in commodities. Of course, folks, we announced it here on the True Capitalist Radio broadcast before the mainstream media brought it to you that the Saudi Arabian Authority sent Saudi Arabian troops to Bahrain to quash the domestic unrest in Bahrain, and that seems to be, spawning some unrest that is getting more and more violent as we speak. And that is what you saw in the increase in crude oil today. A lot of things going on, man. International disorder, to say the least. International disorder. Anyway, we're going to talk about that. We're also going to talk about how new home construction, all right, new home construction dropped 22.5% last month. It's one of the lowest drops in, was it 25 plus years. Very harsh indicator on whether or not one should, I don't know, make investments in new real estate or make a gauge on whether or not the real estate market is rebounded enough to appreciate new real estate, that sort of thing. We're going to talk about that. We're also going to talk about how the true capitalist, the absolute true capitalist out there in Miami, weren't going to stand for some bureaucrat mayor that was elected in Miami-Dade County. We talked about this yesterday, folks, in yesterday's broadcast. But Miami-Dade County finally recalled this mayor that they elected, Carlos Alvarez. They recalled his ass, and the reason that I am so happy about this, because we announced this yesterday, that this slimy bureaucratic bastard had the audacity. All right? Now, before I even say this, I want to remind everybody that Miami-Dade County is one of the worst hit real estate markets out there in the country. I mean, it's got one of the highest foreclosure rates. There's a lot of dead real estate out there, a lot of economic uncertainty happening in Miami-Dade County, the city of Miami. But Carlos Alvarez thought that when the constituency that elected him into power did so, it was a carte blanche for him to not only raise taxes on all the residents that are still there paying mortgages in Miami. Remember, this is one of the worst hit real estate markets out here in the country. I mean, Miami should be lucky that anybody's still paying their mortgage. They should be lucky that anybody's still paying their taxes, for Christ's sake, right? But the mayor, Carlos Alvarez, or I should say former mayor, thanks to the true capitalists out there in Miami, the mayor thought it was, okay for him to not only raise taxes on property taxes, but he also thought it was okay for him to raise the pay increases and the pay salaries and the pay grades of all the bureaucrats in Miami-Dade County. That's what he thought. He thought it was a great idea. Anyway, they recalled his ass. We're going to talk a little bit about that later. We're also going to talk about how we have 4 New York Times journalists missing in Libya trying to cover the conflict out there. So that's, that's something that needs to be talked about. We're also going to talk a little bit about world disorder, how this is going to affect our investments, how investors should view or utilize all the news and not be impulsive about it. Because let me tell you, most investors right now, if you gauge the market, and it doesn't matter what market you look at, Dow Jones Industrial, NASDAQ, commodities, gold, oil, it doesn't matter what day chart you look at, you can see the volatility and the choppy waves in those charts. I mean, this is a news-based impulsive investor that we've got going on out here in America, and I think that it spells trouble for our investment community out here. I mean, let's be honest, for Christ's sake. I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. I had called this economic contraction in the equities market in January and February, that mid-springtime, we were going to see an economic contraction in the equities market. We're starting to see that now, but we're seeing that at a more accelerated rate than I anticipated. Now, it doesn't mean that the Dow Jones Industrials is going to tank. It does not mean that all these equities are going to tank. What I'm saying is because of this act of God out here in Japan, not to mention the acts of God, which were the earthquake and tsunami, we have this nuclear disaster that is, possibly of Chernobyl proportions, if not worse, that is affecting the mindset of the market at this point in time. But if we could just take or let's put it this way, if we could take emotional impulsiveness out of the investor's psyche at this point in time, I think that the fundamentals of the American economy look fairly decent. I wouldn't say that they're spectacular in any regard. But we also have to remember that oil prices, and we said this yesterday. The oil prices are starting to come back up today. If we can quash these oil prices down and make sure they stay down at least in the low 90s minimum, maximum, I mean, hey, if they could go down $75 a barrel, that'd be great. But it's this oil market that's going to signify whether or not America is going to have itself a rebound. And we're starting to see that there is a remnants of a rebound, folks. We've been talking about all these high-end retailers, high-end product-based companies that are having better than expected earnings. For the past several weeks, 3 or 4 weeks, we've seen Macy's, which is a high-end retailer, have better than expected earnings. We've seen Whole Foods, which is a high-end grocer, have better than expected earnings. We've seen, Williams and Sonoma yesterday have better than expected earnings. Today, for you folks that don't have a Morton Steakhouse in your city, Morton Steakhouse has better than expected earnings. And let me tell you something, you can't go into Morton Steakhouse without dropping $75 or $80 just for yourself. And that's if you're going on the cheap. If you want some of these steaks that actually have some beef to them, some ounce a weight to them, thickness to them, you're going to pay even more than that. So once again, I'm starting to sense that there is a rebound here. What we need to realize is that we need to keep our eyes on this oil market. And how do we keep our eyes on this oil market to make sure that the oil market doesn't influence our equities any more than it has? Well, you have to make sure that this Bahrain situation, which the Saudi Arabian troops have went into Bahrain to quash the domestic unrest, we have to make sure that this unrest doesn't infuriate the Shiite community. Now, let me explain what's going on here, right? Now, the Bahrain, the royal family in Bahrain, the authority in Bahrain are all Sunni, basically dominating a Shiite brand of nationality of Arabian people. I mean, believe it or not, it's very complicated. These people take it very serious, and, I know that a lot of Americans are going to say, oh, that's silly, Ghost. Remember, I'm a capitalist. You have to take this into consideration when making investments here. But I think that by the Arab family, all right, the Arab families, which are Sunnis, which are sending more Sunnis into Bahrain to protect the Sunni authority in Bahrain, is infuriating the Shiite community within the Middle East. And this Shiite community extends to Iraq. I mean, Iran is fully dominated by Shiites. As a matter of fact, Iran is a Shiite Islamic state, I mean, it's just, I think that this could possibly spur some horrific disorder throughout the Middle East here. And let me tell you, this is why I think that there's a dramatic spike here in oil, given the fact that there is supply. All right, let's be honest. OPEC has already said that, look, we're going to increase supply to make sure that we can meet the demand of global demand for oil. But what could jeopardize that OPEC up in production is these destabilizations in the Middle East. Well, now that Japan got hit up by this horrific disaster, earthquake, tsunami, and now this horrific nuclear fallout that these poor Japanese can, I mean, it looks like they may have to brace themselves for. There's a mass exodus going out of the country out there in Japan. But it looks to me, in my personal opinion, I'm not taking any more government officials' word for anything. It seems like the government officials have been kind of talking out both sides of their mouths when it comes to describing what exactly is going on here. And what really upsets me is that we've learned from Chernobyl that to prevent some kind of a all-out meltdown, whatever country or whoever is coordinating this particular attempt at trying to prevent this meltdown, what they should have done is just started compacting that nuclear reactor, all the nuclear reactors that are going haywire in Japan, start compacting them with wet cement and wet mud, and just continuously compounding those reactors with those types of things, so that when this meltdown actually does happen, it's contained within this compacted wet cement mud concoction that's within lots of tonnage in weight. This is what happened in Chernobyl, for all you folks that are hearing these comparisons with what's happening in Japan with Chernobyl. In Chernobyl, when the meltdown happened, that's exactly what they did. They put wet cement, they put, tons of it on top of these nuclear reactors to prohibit what is happening now in Japan, which is an exertion of nuclear radioactive steam, which is coming out from these reactors, which is a definite health risk and a definite hazard to everybody within the region in that area. And I don't think what any authorities are talking about, it could be a potential threat to anyone that's downwind from this mass amount of nuclear radioactivity that's going into the atmosphere. We've had some callers in yesterday that said that, I don't know if this is going to affect me, Ghost. I'm out here in the West Coast. And I think that's a very appropriate question to ask. And I've advised all the people in the West Coast, since these taxes are being paid for by you and everybody else that's a true capitalist out here, to pay these bureaucrats in emergency management and all these other bureaucrats that are supposed to be getting paid for stuff like this, I think that you should give them a call, and I think that you should try to figure out, hey, what's the contingency plan out here if there happens to be radioactive fallout coming in from Japan? And this goes to my listeners from Hawaii. I've got a big contingent in Hawaii that listen to me through the podcast. That goes for you too. This nuclear fallout is, just kind of traveling through the atmosphere. As it continues to go downwind, it'll dissipate. But let me tell you, it's not going to dissipate before it hits Hawaii. It's not going to dissipate before it hits the West Coast. So I'm not trying to hyper-sensationalize everybody. I know that the media, I don't know if they're working in cahoots with the government. I always think they are, but I don't think they're releasing the appropriate amount of information to get those that have the means to be able to set aside other contingency plans. I don't think that the media is informing those so that they can do those contingency plans. I think it's a very serious situation out there in Japan. I think it could end up being a global situation, not just America, not just Hawaii. I think Russia could be affected. I think certain elements of the Arabian Peninsula could be affected. It's a very scary situation. Now, why exactly? This is the question I'm posing. Why exactly have we not done what they did in Chernobyl, which was, just get hundreds of tons of wet cement and mud and water and just put it over these reactors so that if meltdown does happen, it'll be able to prevent steam from arising. It'll just kind of encapsulate that steam. We've learned this from Chernobyl. What's pissing me off is that it seems to me that somebody is saving something, or somebody's trying to salvage the infrastructure of something. Why haven't we just used the lessons from Chernobyl and just do that on this particular exploding nuclear reactor here? Why aren't we doing this? Why aren't we compacting these nuclear reactors with wet cement so that we can prevent these types of radioactive steams just kind of going in the air and affecting millions of people? Because you got to think, folks, this could affect millions of people, for Christ's sake. It's no joke. It's not a joke, for Christ's sake. Anyway, 646-652-4869. Let me get into the markets here, because let me tell you, these investors out here are so skittish, they really don't know their asses from their elbow, for Christ's sake. And, I know that like I said, I predicted an economic retraction in the equities markets in January and February. And those of you that are avid listeners of the broadcast, you know that I prognosticated that. Little did I know that it would be in dramatic process as we're seeing it unfold today. But we didn't anticipate an act of God. But I think that people are overreacting, in my personal opinion, in the equities markets when it pertains to the situation in Japan. Now, I know that there is an economic contraction. I predicted several, 2-3 weeks ago, that the Dow Jones Industrial during midsummer or during mid-spring going into late spring could go down to at least 10,000 in the Dow, possibly, waning in the 999 area. But at some point, folks, here in May, when these new earnings start coming out for some of these companies that actually have demand, they have good fundamentals, and they have profit, once they start highlighting themselves, you're going to start seeing investors swamp to those particular stocks. And we've given a variety of different examples of that, about how investors, once they hear rises in any kind of profitability, or if there's any kind of buyout, it's a very impulsive market. And we're going to see this kind of tentative market at least for the next 2 months. Because you have to think that what happened today is that you had some, initial losses, some people buying back, you had commodities up. But now, at 12 o'clock Central Time, I believe it was, when one of these Japanese officials got on national TV and compared the radioactive smog that was coming out of these reactors, comparing it or using the actual word apocalypse. I mean, can you believe this? Some asshole actually believed that this was the appropriate word to describe what was happening at these nuclear reactors, and the market reacted, man. The market reacted. I mean, look at this market, for Christ's sake. I mean, you've got companies out here that are, and let me tell you, I still think that we're going to see sell-offs here within the next couple of months. But I'm thinking there's buying opportunities, folks. When everybody's getting out of the equities markets, that's when you want to start looking for buying opportunities. You want to see if there's any stocks out there in their 52-week lows. And when you find one, you have to make sure that there's going to be demand for that particular product, or at least that sector that particular stock is in. And you have to make sure that there's going to be good fundamentals, that there's not a high PE ratio, that there's low debt-to-income ratios, and all that other stuff. All that fundamental technical statistical stuff, ratio stuff. And then you got to make sure that they're going to be able to make profit, that they're poised in the position to make profitability. And especially in this impulsive reactionary market right now, I would hop on stocks that have the probability to make profits even amidst, unrest, uncertainty. Remember, in America here, you've got people still going out to eat at Morton's, according to today's earnings of Morton's Steakhouse. You got people going to Williams and Sonoma, according to yesterday's earnings of Williams and Sonoma. You got people going to Walmart, or should be Walmart. They're not going to Walmart. Walmart had, they didn't meet the street's expectations, old Walmart. So I think that, this is a little bit overselling on the market's part. But I would still be apprehensive to get in on any of this, because we're still going to see an impulsive investor. We have destabilization in the Middle East. We have the natural disaster of the earthquake and tsunami in Japan. You have the radioactive fallout that could potentially go global. I mean, there's a lot of things that investors are wary about. But in the long run, I think these are going to be good buying opportunities. Are you kidding me? I mean, America, if we really look at this in an appropriate manner without getting emotional about it, America fares fairly well in this. Now, we have to remember that Japan, most of Japanese companies have lost infrastructure due to these natural disasters and now potentially man-made disasters with this nuclear fallout. They have halted production in a lot of assembly lines out there in Japan. there's going to be a lot of things that are not going to be as supplied anymore. And what's going to happen? They have to roll over those supply lines to other markets. And one of those markets that will benefit is America. Another market that will benefit is those within the surrounding regions. So inevitably, I think that there's growth here. I just think that there's just uncertainty. And remember, when the market is uncertain, oh my God, these idiots just start peeing their pants. But us true capitalists, we know what's going on. We're the ones with the balls, for Christ's sake. Anyway, let's talk about the market. The Dow Jones Industrials today closed out 11,613.30, a decrease of a dramatic amount, 242.12 points. Man, I mean, today alone, a percentage decrease of 2.04%. I mean, that's not peanuts. But once again, I think that the market's overreacting. And the reason that we lost that much in the Dow Jones Industrials is because all 30 companies in the Dow Jones Industrial were in the negative, all right? All 30 stocks in the Dow Jones Industrial were in the negative, so that's why we see such a dramatic decrease. S&P 500 closed out today at 1,256.88, a decrease of 24.99 points, percentage decrease of 1.95%. And let me tell you, the NASDAQ didn't do any better. It closed out at 2616.82, a decrease of 50.51 points, a percentage decrease of 1.89%. So, let me tell you, I mean, there were some moves to make out there. Believe it or not, I was day trading a little bit of these coal companies because, look, the investor doesn't know what the hell to do. I mean, what did I say yesterday in my tweet, for Christ's sake? And if you're not following me on Twitter, Ghost Politics is the name to follow. What did I say yesterday in the tweets that I put out? I said that solar plays seem to be volatile and seem to be on the plus side today. And if you have enough liquid to be able to day trade, you'd be able to suffice some of the losses that you have on your long-term investments and to be able to get some liquid through day trading. All right? So let's take it like this, all right? Let's put it this way. What you can do, yesterday the plays were solar energy. I mean, the investors were like, okay, anything nuclear we're selling off. We're putting our money in something that is just completely alternative. And that's what happened. They put it in solar energy yesterday. Today, what did they put it in? Coal energy stocks, folks. If you take a look at the coal energy sector, it was all over the place. All right? It was all over the place, for Christ's sake. I mean, coal energy stocks were up and down. I mean, these are the types of plays you want to day trade. And for you folks that don't understand what day trading is, this is what day trading is. You take liquid, which is just money that you have in a brokerage account. And because you analyze the news, you analyze all the information that is at your fingertips with this internet, with the television, with any other form of media that you get your information from, you decimate this information and you figure out, okay, let me tell you, what is the plays today? I mean, what's going to be on the plus side today? Even in a negative market, believe it or not, even when you've got negative markets like this, you could still make plays. And if you've got liquid capital, you take a look at what's going on in the gainers, because there's always going to be gainers. Because remember, when everything's on the negative side, investors like to react on news. All right? So let's put it this way. All right, there's always going to be moves, and if you're going to have at least, I say at least a minimum of 5,000 capital. If you have 5,000 liquid capital, you could be able to, make some moves. Like yesterday, everybody was selling off on anything. You couldn't even buy in gold futures or commodities. You couldn't even buy in oil futures or commodities until the end of the day, of course. You couldn't do anything. Everybody was completely lost. except for solar energy stocks. And, of course, Williams and Sonoma when they put out better than expected earnings. But these were the plays that you want to get into. No matter how much money you got, you want to look at a day's chart, all right? You have to make sure that you have at least up to the second type of technology to where you can look at a chart or look at the price of a certain stock and be able to see it fluctuate. So you can judge as an investor whether or not this is going to be the bottom of this stock. I mean, there's certain trends that go up and down. You buy in, you hold on to it for, let's say, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes. Whenever you feel as an investor that that's going to be the top before it bottoms out again, that's how you make these profits in day trading. Yeah, you don't hold on to stocks very long, and you do that all day, so that, before you know it, you're making about 1,000 here, or you're making 500 there, you're making 300 over here, and these are just for holding on to stocks for minutes. All right, and how do you make money during that? You have to know that there's volatility in any equity that you're investing in for that day. And how do you know that there's going to be volatility? Well, you look at the charts, all right? You take a look at the charts. You take a look at the information that's available to you. Did that stock or that equity that you're investing in, did it have better than expected earnings? Well, then obviously you're going to have high volatility. Did something happen bad? Well, you're going to have high volatility. Here is when you want to make serious capital when it comes to day trading. And right now we're going to see high volatility at least for the next several months going into the summer because this is just an impulsive investor market. But, of course, folks, if you're a long-term investor, I think I feel good, especially right now, if you're not even in the market, if you're somebody that's like, I'm not even investing in the market, I'm just here. I think it's a good idea to start considering a brokerage account, because right now a lot of things are going lower. Like I said, we're still going to see lows for the next couple of months. But in my personal opinion, I think that we are going to see more and more hikes in certain stocks based upon demand, based upon fundamentals, and based upon profitability. And I think we're going to start seeing that around May, if you want my personal opinion, because that's when the first earnings start coming out for some of these companies that could be economic indicators for another rally. And you can quote me on that. Anyway, let's go up to commodities really quick. We already went through the equities markets. Commodities, folks, took a gain today because, of course, equities were being sold off because of the uncertainty in Japan, the uncertainty in the Middle East. Brent crude spiked back up today. It spiked back up $2.24. It closed out at a price of $110.83. Gas futures went up $1.25. Heating oil futures went up $5.02. Natural gas flattened out. It leveled out flat. And we got WTI West Texas crude going up $1.04 today, closing out at 98.22. And, of course, the reason crude is going up once again is because of this potential destabilization once again in the Middle East. We've got Saudi Arabian troops going into Bahrain to quash the unrest that is potentially jeopardizing the authority of the current monarch that's in power today, and it's kind of infuriating all the Shiite Muslims that are looking at Sunnis, or they're interpreting this Saudi Arabian Bahrain crackdown as Sunnis oppressing Shiites. It's a very serious situation, and it's going to affect the markets greatly. We could see it in the impact of crude. Let's take a look at agriculture, shall we? Canola futures are up $8.90. Cocoa futures continue to have their sell-off. I mean, we expected this after all the damn increases, for Christ's sake, because the Ivory Coast destabilization. But that seems to be calming itself down. And not only that, I'm sure demand is starting to digress itself also. It's down to about $40. Coffee is up after sell-offs yesterday. It's up $2.40. We're continuing to see sell-offs on corn, thank God. Because I'm sick and tired of buying 1 ear of corn for $1. I'm used to 9 ears of corn for $1, for Christ's sake. Anyway, it's down $19.50. We've got cotton futures down once again, $5.82. That was getting a little expensive. I'm surprised. I'm glad to see sell-offs on that. Wheat futures are up $1.25 today. Sugar futures are up 20 cents. What we got? We got lumber futures down based upon that data that came out about a lack of interest in new homes in today's real estate market. It was down $1.80. Oat futures are down $9. Soybean oil futures are down 80 cents, and wool futures are up $3. Now, of course, folks, when everybody's running away from equities, when everybody's running away from all the traditional financial instruments, what do? They go into commodities, they go into metals. And I mean, for the life of me, I don't understand why everybody was selling off on metals for the past couple of days, but now we're starting to see buybacks on those. Copper today was up $4.50, a change of 1.09%. We had gold up again at $7. Well, it was selling off for the past couple of days, but it was up finally once again, is what I meant to say. $7.30, an increase of 0.52%. And silver continues its gradual increase, 12 cents, an increase of 0.38%. Live cattle futures are selling off. It's minus $3. Live cattle feeder futures are also selling off. It's minus $3. And lean hog futures, folks, it's minus 60 cents. And that is the markets for your ass. If you excuse me, folks, I got to take this call real quick. Don't go anywhere, folks. I just got to take a real quick call. It ain't going to take 5-10 minutes here. I'm doing business. I'm looking at my cell phone. I'm in the process of liquidating one of my brick mortar businesses. It's about to close, so stay with me. About the 411 about the brick mortar business I'm selling. And for all you folks that don't understand what I'm talking about, I'm a brick mortar business owner as well as, an investor in the stock market, as well as a real estate property owner, a bunch of investments. It's diversification that makes you have the stock market beat. I'm in the process of selling one of my brick mortar businesses because believe it or not, investors are starting to get skittish, and they're trying to put their investments in proven commodities and proven businesses. And, I keep good track of my books, and, I've got them all on record. I got, and they like the profitability. They think everything's great. They're going to, purchase it here. I'm hoping that we can close the deal today or tomorrow, but if it is, let me tell you, I should crack open a beer for that one. Let's crack open a beer. Good God, I should be cracking open a beer for that. But anyway, folks, I know that people are kind of looking at their 401ks. I know there's people that are looking at their portfolios and they're a little apprehensive. But like I said, folks, I think that we may pull out of this. We have to keep our eye on oil. If oil goes up to $110, $115, $150, $175 a barrel, we can forget about any kind of profitability, especially in the retail and tech sectors. All right, because it's going to suck away any kind of extracurricular income that the consumer has at this point in time, especially in America. And now that we have Japan, believe it or not, now that we have Japan, kind of curbing its consumption level because of this earthquake, Japan is going to be, affecting the bottom lines of a lot of retailers, going to be affecting the bottom line of a lot of people who sell Japan a lot of products or services. I was reading that Louis Vuitton, believe it or not, Louis Vuitton actually has 21% of its profits coming out of Japan. And I read this recently, so if you happen to have Louis Vuitton, any kind of Louis Vuitton stock or any interest in that, I would definitely look into that. This is the kind of effect it's going to have. Now, in my view, though, I think that, Japan, being afflicted with this horrible devastation actually curbs the amount of oil that's going to be consumed throughout the globe. Like I said on yesterday's show, Japan is the third largest economy in the world, and henceforth it's the third largest consumer of oil in the world. So if we don't have that large, consumer base of oil in the world, we're going to see a surplus. And the reason we're going to see a surplus is because OPEC has agreed to increase production. Now, the only thing that's going to prohibit the decrease in the oil markets, because, look, if you're an investor in equities right now, you want to see a decrease in oil. I'm serious. If you are in the equities right now, you want to see a decrease in oil. But the only thing that's going to dictate the decrease in oil is this destabilization in the Middle East. Now, I said, a couple of days ago when the Saudi Arabian army was going into Bahrain to quash the domestic unrest in that particular country, I said that it was going to rub those that are in the Islamic world, the Arab world, the wrong way, and they're not going to interpret that appropriately. And as a result, we can see from all the disorder that's happening and all the, all the negativity that particular move has spawned throughout the Arab community, I think that it jeopardizes the legitimacy of major OPEC countries. And if these destabilizations jeopardize, and let's say if it even doesn't jeopardize, let's say that they can quash their domestic unrest, like it seems Libya is going to do. Yeah, believe it or not, Libya, it seems to those that are looking at this revolution or the rebels fighting Gaddafi's forces, it seems that the whole damn civil war could be over within 48 hours because Gaddafi has just been bombing the hell out of all rebels. The Gaddafi's just been, going in with planes, just massacring his own people, and it seems to me that, he may hold power. Now, this is what's justifying the Saudi Arabian royal family to go in and with their troops into Bahrain. Now, the problem is that even though, the Americans, Barack Obama are just kind of standing on the sidelines, everyone else in the G8, the UN, nobody's doing nothing when it comes to these authoritarian despots basically bombing the hell out of their people to sustain their power. This is rubbing the whole Islamic faction of people in the Middle East the wrong way. All right, it's rubbing everybody the wrong way, and it's just going to inspire more radicalization. And what I mean by radicalization, I'm not talking about radicalization, to America. I'm talking about practicing jihad in the middle of the Middle East. And I think that this is a very precarious situation, and I just hope. Look, I don't want people to be oppressed. I don't want people to, be tortured. But in my personal view, the only country that has any kind of intellectual backbone to its revolutions are Iran and China. Everyone else just opposes their despotic leader that they've seen in power for years on end, and they think that by raising up and looting in the streets and causing chaos and finally getting a new leader is going to somehow change everything. The Egyptians right now are starting to realize it doesn't change anything. Oh, yeah, these Egyptian Yehudis that were basically agitated by Google and Wael Ghanem, which was the Google executive that went on Facebook and all these other communication methods to basically rabble-rouse the whole Middle East into doing what's going on here today. Now look at what Egypt's doing. You've got Muslims and Christians killing each other in the streets out there. You've got all kinds of unrest. I know that Hillary Clinton decided to go out to Tahrir Square in Egypt to show that, oh, look, this was a great day in Mr. Rogers' neighborhood. But let's be honest, it wasn't. And it's inspired a whole bunch of other Yehudis in the Middle East to just rise up and just say, no, we're not going to take it. We're going to have jihad. I mean, they're just going out there going nuts without any kind of intellectual foundation. And this is scary, folks. Now, look, I hope for my pocketbook that the Arabian authorities out there suppress the uprisings and are able to stabilize their countries in a civil manner. And the only reason I say that is because if the price of oil comes down at this point in time, it's going to save the American economy. We are actually going to avoid a double-dip recession if we can avoid oil prices going from 110, 115, 120, 130, 140. If we can keep these oil prices down to 90, 89, 85, the American economy will do rather well. I mean, we can see that people are getting hired in the American economy. People are spending money. The economic indicators for that assumption is the earnings that are coming out. I mean, I keep telling you, Macy's better than expected earnings, Morton's Steakhouse better than expected earnings, Williams and Sonoma better than expected earnings. You've got all these high-end retailers better than expected, and Walmart, when it produced its earnings, did not meet up to the street's expectations. So what does that tell me? That tells me that people in America are not going out looking for the deals. They're sick and tired of the deals. They've been eating the deals. The people in the private sector have been eating the deals since 2008, 2009, for Christ's sake. We got a little money now, And this is what I'm saying. I'm glad, and not to change the subject, but let's go ahead and go into the next subject. I'm glad to see the true capitalists out there in Miami-Dade County. The true capitalists that are out there that are still paying property taxes, that are still paying their mortgage, even though Miami's one of the highest foreclosure rates in the country. I mean, they still have people that are there. This asshole mayor that was elected, this bullshit bureaucrat, Mayor Carlos Alvarez, had the audacity to raise taxes on true capitalists that are still staying there because maybe they love the community, they love the city. I don't know, maybe they love the badass Cuban bimbos that are walking out there with their ass cheeks hanging out of a damn G-string. I don't know. But for whatever reason, even though it was one of the highest real estate foreclosure markets in the country, they decided to stay there and continue to pay their mortgages and continue to pay real estate taxes. Well, when they got a new mayor named Carlos Alvarez took it upon himself to raise property taxes. And he decided to raise property taxes on a city that has already been depleted because of a high foreclosure rates. Now, what happened? Well, okay, he passed high property taxes. I guess you just got to sit there and eat it, right? All right? I mean, we're in a bad economy. I'm sure Miami municipality can't pay for itself. So, property tax owners are like, I'm just going to have to sit there and eat this one. Well, you know what Carlos Alvarez did? Do you think that he went out and started cutting budgets? Do you think that he went out and started cutting bureaucracy so that, they can get out of this debt as Miami-Dade County? Hell no, he didn't do that crap. He did the absolute opposite. Once he raised taxes on property owners that were still there, he decided to give everybody in Miami-Dade County, all the bureaucrats, all the government workers and the municipal workers in Miami-Dade County, he decided to give them all a pay raise. Oh, yeah, that's right. He decided to give them all a pay raise because he's top bureaucrat, because the constituency put him into power, he decided what we're going to do, and even though Miami's real estate market is in complete, utter disarray, it's disgusting considering that it was once a highly regarded rich city. Now it's just a high-rise ghost town, if you want my personal opinion. And the people that stayed there, that are continuing to pay their mortgages, continuing to pay their taxes, you got this bureaucrat in here raising property taxes. And is he raising property taxes to help with education? Huh? I mean, I love these bureaucrats, how they're like, oh, we need your money. We can, what have I told everybody on the True Capitalist radio program? Once a bureaucrat gets money, they like to spend it. They like to spend it on themselves. They like to spend it on the systems. They like to spend it on the perks. And that's exactly what happened here in Miami-Dade County. And I'm glad that the True Capitalists out there in Miami-Dade County didn't take this and didn't just sit here and say, you know what, we're just going to have to take it. He's going to raise taxes and give salary raises to all the county employees. We just have to take it. Bull crap. I wouldn't take that. I spit on that notion, for Christ's sake. I mean, who the hell does this Carlos Alvarez think he is, for Christ's sake, to sit here and, do that to Miami? I mean, honestly, he's going to raise taxes on the remaining property owners that are there. They're the only ones that are funding your little bureaucratic system, pal. All right? I mean, give me a break. Anyway, 646-652-4869. I'm going to take some calls here. I want to hear from you. What do you think about all this crap? There's so much things to talk about. The Japanese meltdown, international uncertainty, a helter-skelter investor market. You've got bureaucrats trying to take our money. I mean, let me tell you, we're not making that much money out here in the private sector. You know, I mean, unless you're a true capitalist that understands how to maneuver your money, you're not making that much money out here in the private sector. And then you got these scumbag, dumbass bureaucrats that are trying to mooch us for more and more capital, for Christ's sake. They're trying to, get us for more and more taxes so that they can inflate their goddamn budgets. Jesus Christ, it makes me goddamn sick of my stomach. I can't believe this crap. Anyway, 646-652-4869 is the number to call. I want to hear from you. 111, you're on the air.
Hey, Ghost, it's Vince in the Bay.
Hey, what's going on, Vince?
Hey, I'm out here in San Francisco right now kind of monitoring this Japan situation pretty closely because I think it has a direct impact.
I bet, man, that's serious. That's very serious.
This is actually something in the news that legitimately has a direct impact on me, and I'm paying attention very closely. And I'm also keeping an eye on the markets too. I don't know if you've seen the USD Japanese yen index, but it dropped about 5 points today. It's at the low. It's at a 16-year low. I don't know if you've been following the yen dollar. It's been kind of fluctuating.
Absolutely.
It's actually at a 16-year high. Technically, it's a 16-year high. It's at 70.
But you're talking about the yen being at a 16-year low against the dollar being a 16-year high. Is that what you're explaining?
Yeah, it's kind of. I always get it. Always fucks with my head, the conversion thing, because usually it's like with the dollar euro, it's usually like around $1.30-ish, but with the yen, it's flipped. It's like 100 to 1 almost usually. It's been over the last couple of years. It's been hovering in the 90s and hundreds, and now it's down to 76, which and it took a huge dip today, and that's obviously on news of this fallout of this whole situation
that's not
over
really
there.
That's not what it's about, Vince. That's not what it's about.
The European Energy Commissioner came out and fanned fears even more by saying that he thinks the nuclear site out there is effectively, quote, out of control. And he says it's somewhere between a disaster and a major disaster. And so the Dow dropped 20 points. There's been, the dollar yen index spiked hardcore over the course of a couple of hours. And, Sony Group and Toshiba both announced that they're shutting down factories temporarily. The Sony Group has suspended operations at 7 different manufacturing sites. These sites manufacture magnetic tapes, optical discs, CDs, Blu-rays, DVDs, IC cards, semiconductor lasers, lithium-ion batteries, surface mounting equipment. All that's been suspended. Toshiba has shut down similar production facilities as well. On the Japanese stock market, Sony's stock price actually spiked 8% on the trading floor, and so there's a lot of volatility going on in regards to Japan, the markets, and the worldwide markets.
I just wanted to make a comment about what you were talking about, the yen going to a 30-year low against the dollar. The reason that is not just because of the earthquakes and the nuclear situation, the nuclear disaster that's happening in Japan. Japan just injected itself with about, what is it, $300 or $400 billion in cash. They just printed it up, $300 or $400 billion in cash to give it out to its citizens so that the banks would be secure and there wouldn't be a run on the banks and that sort of thing. What they should have done, even though it would have jeopardized America's interest rates in their treasuries, given the fact that the Japanese are the second largest holder of American debt, they could have sold those securities on the open market and gathered up enough capital to be able to possibly dispense actual capital as opposed to fiat into their banking system so that they could compensate for this run on the banks. And in my personal opinion, you wouldn't have seen that drop in the yen if you happen to be a currency investor. Because let me tell you, I know there's people that do currency invest. I don't talk about it much on this program because it's a risk. I mean, it's bad enough you're betting against companies when it comes to the stock market. You think you're going to trust these governments? I mean, remember when bonds and treasuries were supposed to be a secure investment? Just get a government bond or get a municipal bond, get a state bond, and everything will be okay. You can get, tax-free on the maturity and everything. It'll be there. Just 10, 30-year bonds, everything will be okay. Well, unfortunately, that was dependent on a government that was going to be fiscally responsible. And let me tell you, the Japanese used our model for economics, when it comes to their own country. They learned from Reagan, and, I know there's people that like to, give a good jerk off to Reagan, but let's be honest, he was a deficit spender, all right? I mean, let's be honest. And what happened is, that's what happened to Japan. They got overinflated with currency, and they're still reeling from that depression that happened in the early 90s to now. I mean, they still own a tremendous amount of debt, even though they've been able to somehow maneuver that and still be able to have somewhat of a decent economy because they still produce something. But at this point in time, I mean, the reason that we're seeing a drop on the yen is because they're just injecting their country with fiat. Now, as far as like these drops in some of these companies that are Japanese, I think that's actually a plus for not only America but for the international community. I think that this is just impulsive selling off, and we're going to continue to see impulsive selling off. Investors should look at the bottom lines of these companies and figure out whether or not any materials got damaged, whether or not they're going to take dramatic losses because they lost a considerable amount of product or anything of that nature. But as I'm reading, the Japanese markets, most of the Japanese companies at the most, produce maybe 25 to 30% of what they produce on the global market or on a global scale in Japan. And I figure that it'd be good for the international community and the world market because they would have to expand those production facilities. If they can't be in Japan, they would put them in America. They'd put them in elsewhere in the Asian Peninsula. I think this is, in the short term, it's going to be skittish. It's going to be on the downside. But in my personal opinion, I see potential gains when these big time Japanese companies have to invest in other areas to produce the products to meet demand. And I think those places are America and the Asian Peninsula. So, but to your reference to your radioactive exposure out there in the Bay, I think that's a very appropriate thing to talk about, Vince. I mean, I think that if I was you, I'd be a little concerned.
Absolutely, absolutely. When a top European official is saying this is anywhere fluctuating from a disaster to a major disaster, like I think if it's a major disaster, then it's going to directly affect me, because and as of right now, I think Japan itself is just completely fucked. I mean, I really, really, really feel bad for the people out there. It's no joke out there right now. Like I'm looking at these images on BBC. BBC has an online stream where they just loop it over and over, whatever the latest updates are up there, and just the expressions on the faces of these people, it just really tugs at your heartstrings. And these people are so resilient, and they're so. And the Japanese have possessed something that Americans don't. They have this sense of honor, and
you're damn right.
And it comes through in the expressions on the faces of these people who everybody knows what is looming over their head, literally and figuratively, and to see how they face it head on, and it's really amazing. And sad.
Well, not to mention, Vince, that we've been going through this turbulence ever since the international turbulence, and as well as the people of Japan. They've been dealing with not only an earthquake, a tsunami, but now a radioactive disaster. And I have heard no kind of news of looting or criminal activity or any of this disgusting nonsense that you see out here in America. And if anything, I know that there's not much positive to take out of this disgusting man-made disaster when it comes to this radioactive fallout. Because let's be honest, if you want to blame anybody, we should blame the bureaucrats that are regulating the industry out here. Because let me explain what's happening, Vince. The Japanese basically built their nuclear reactors to the IAEA standards. Do you know what the IAEA is, Vince?
No, Vince? I don't. What is
it's the international. It's the International Atomic Energy Agency that's supposed to be overseeing all forms of nuclear activity. They're the first international group. Of course, it's like one of these UN international institutional offshoots that are supposed to be regulating the world when it comes to nuclear activity. Well, the IAEA gives countries certain standards when it comes to creating these nuclear reactors. Well, of course, the Japanese, and not only the Japanese have to follow an international standard, they also have to follow a standard within their own country. And this is the same thing that happens in America here. And I think it's scary that, a lot of these companies that are implementing these types of nuclear reactors in communities, I find it not really funny, but rather sad that, they can be absolved of any kind of litigious potential if they have, or they're the cause, or their reactors are the cause of death and destruction and radioactive fallout. They're absolved of that because they abided by these government institutions that set these guidelines. And this is why there's and I've always been a proponent of this, but I think that there's even a wider call out now because of this government regulation. Remember, it's the government that's decimating all this information in Japan. It's the government that's supposed to be sending in people out there and supposed to be on top of everything, and we don't even know what's going on. If you want my personal opinion, I think people have been exposed to radioactivity since the first nuclear reactor blowout. I think everybody in Japan should be very concerned, and I think that everybody in Russia, the Asian Peninsula, but of course, you got the governments just sitting here, talking out both sides of their mouths. And who do they blame? Who is everybody going to blame? I mean, you can't blame anybody when an institution. This is why I am anti-international institution, and I'm anti-bureaucratic government shoving itself into our lives. Because let me tell you, you're not going to be able to sue anybody. Vince, I know you say was it you that said you lived around a couple of reactors?
No,
like nuclear
no, I
reactors?
don't. I mean, I live in San Francisco, which isn't far. I mean, it's a couple, 100 miles from, no, not 100, a couple, maybe like 50 miles or so from the closest one. But I guess if there was a major leak at one of those, it would definitely affect me for sure.
Well, you cannot get any kind of litigious restitution if any of your family members or you were afflicted by any kind of radioactive fallout from American nuclear companies, because they abide by the government regulatory standard. And because they abide by the government regulatory standard, they are absolved of any kind of litigious obligations. And this is what people don't understand. All these dumbass liberals and all these bureaucrats and all these ass clowns, they think that, because I've got the government backing us up, that everything's just going to be gravy, everything's going to be all right, nothing's going to happen, it's just going to be a great day in Mr. Rogers' neighborhood. That's not going to happen. On the contrary, it's in a company's best interest to make sure that these types of disasters don't happen. I mean, it's just in there. I mean, it would ruin a company if something like this happened. Now, will it ruin a government? No. People are still going to live in Japan. People are still going to abide by the government's rule. People are still going to live. I mean, it's disgusting, man. This is why I'm a true capitalist, man. Go ahead.
I hear you. Hey, before I get out of here, I just wanted to give you. I don't know if you're going to any of the South by Southwest stuff that's popping off, but
man, are you kidding me? I'm out here all over the place out here in South by Southwest.
All right. You got. If you can, I have a couple of suggestions for you. Tonight at the Mohawk Patio. You ever been there?
No, I've never been to the Mohawk Patio, but I'm sure I can.
All right.
Find
Well, there's some joint in Austin called the Mohawk Patio, and there's this dude, Freddie Gibbs. He's from Gary, Indiana. He's a young up-and-coming hip-hop, funk, R&B type of dude. He's playing there tonight at 10 p.m. Then after that, dude, you got to check out this dude, Wallpaper, from Oakland, California, one of my hometown people. This dude's playing at your place, dude. You ever been to the Ghost Room?
Yeah, actually I have.
Yeah, my dude Wallpaper is playing at 12 midnight tonight. I guess it's technically Thursday morning. Midnight tonight at the Ghost Room. This dude Wallpaper is hilarious, dude. You'll love him. He's sort of like a tongue-in-cheek white boy wannabe, like ladies' man with a really cool funky band behind him. He's a good time. Check him out, Wallpaper.
All right. Well, hopefully, I don't think I'll be able to check him out, man, because I usually have a routine. Yeah, I was gonna say, I have a routine, man. I gotta, once I get out of here from the office, I walk down 6th Street because I literally just 6th Street is, the east end, the east end of 6th Street is right by my office. So right when I get out of my office, I literally go down a street, take a street, and there I am on 6th Street. And then I literally walk all the way down to 6th Street, or take one of these cabs, or one of those what do you call those green cabs, one of those assholes pedaling a damn bike, and there's like take one of those, and then go down to the West 6th Street. Is where I live, man. I live on West 6th Street, or off of West 6th Street, one of those beautiful high-rise condominiums that are out there, man, and that's basically my routine, man. I don't travel anywhere else. Maybe to Congress. I like going to Congress because you can see some of the politicians. I've seen Rick Perry out there, chugged a couple of beers with him. So, it's a pretty good town out here. As a matter of fact, on West 6th Street, I've seen a lot of stars out here. I don't want to name names here, but there are a lot of people out here drinking. And having a good time. A lot of rock stars out here, rap stars. You got Conan O'Brien that was out here for a minute. Of course, Sandra Bullock and her black baby are out here. So there's a lot of people out here, man.
I love it, man. I've never been to Austin. I got to make it happen one of these days. I've seen a lot
You
of.
have to. Let me tell you, it's not a joke. You have to make it. I mean, the energy that's out here is unbelievable, and it doesn't matter what age you are. You can be a young man or you can be an older gentleman. It doesn't matter. There's just so many things to meet your appetite out here. It's unbelievable. That's why I moved here. I sold my house in Leander, which was out in the outskirts of Austin, moved here, and it's just unbelievable, man. I love the city life. The people are unbelievable. I know that's a little liberal out here. You got to accept a couple of liberal things, but you being from San Francisco, I'm sure you accepted a lot more.
Exactly.
But
it's all downhill from here.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's still good. It's still a good place to live. Everybody's cool. Everybody supports the small business in Austin. So if you happen to be a brick mortar business that happens to depend on Austinite activity, let me tell you, you are going to be supported by this community. I love it, man. I wouldn't want to be anywhere else in the world, man.
That's awesome. Yeah, I can't wait to check it out. Well, thanks for having me on, Ghost, man.
Check it out,
Good job as
Vince,
usual. I'll check you later.
All right, man. You better check out Austin, Texas, man, because it's the best. And I'm not trying to say that because these Austin, Texas assholes are paying me to do so. It's just a great town, man. Why do you think everybody's out here right now? Why do you think everybody's out here right now at South by Southwest, for Christ's sake? You can't get a hotel room to save your ass. None of them are available right now, man. I'm not joking. It's just a beautiful town, man. I love Austin, Texas. If you're an individual that's suffering in your part of the country, all right, and there's no economic opportunities, the real estate market sucks, I would strongly advise you to start looking at Texas. We got, abundant amount of opportunities. Our real estate market is unbelievable. I mean, as a matter of fact, I'm even considering selling my high-rise condo here in West 6th Street because, we're getting so much business out here. I mean, there's so many people that want to live here. It's just a beautiful city, man. It's safe. You're not going to get, if you're walking home drunk, you're not going to have some copper saying, hey, are you drunks? Are you drunk? As long as you're not getting into a fight and breaking private property, they don't care if you're stumbling over your own self, just as long as they make sure you get home right. I mean, it's great, man. And not only that, you can get everything delivered in such a small radius. Oh, my God, I can get chicken wings, I can get burgers, I can get pizza, I can get beer, liquor, anything you want delivered right here to my office. I'm sorry, I don't mean to be pumping and dumping Austin here, but man, Austin is a great city. I love it. Everybody should come down here at least once in their life. Go to 6th Street. Remember, the east part of 6th Street is for the young kids. It's a little bit more, how can I put it for lack of a better term, ghetto-fied. If you go to West 6th Street, it's a little bit more sophisto. This is where the Matthew McConaughey's and Jesse James's, and this is where these people kick it. So, it's just a great time, man. I love Austin, man. I mean, I'm glad I live here. Are you kidding me? I mean, it's a great time here. Anyway, before Vince in the Bay called, I know he's concerned about the nuclear fallout that may hit his part of the West Coast, but what I'm concerned about is the situation that could unfold if potential nuclear fallout happens to hit the West Coast. And I'm not going to, go into any kind of implications of that. I don't want to speculate on that, but we are seeing a nuclear meltdown in Japan, and I think it's horrible. I think it's horrible. And somebody here said that Austin is for FAGSs. Sally Parker, whatever the hell your name is, get the hell out of here, you stupid slutty bimbo. All right? Kick that bitch out of here, right? Kick her out of here right now. Kick her out of here. I'm going to disrespect my town, for Christ's sake. Let me tell you something. Wherever the hell you from, I wouldn't take a dirty diarrhea crap wherever the hell you from, all right? You understand? Out here in Austin, Texas, it's great. It's beautiful. I love this town. I love this town. Why do you think everybody's here? Everybody's here right now, South by Southwest, folks. I mean, we got artists, we got people, in the streets right now drinking. That's all there is to it, all right? Anyway, let me go ahead and go to another subject matter. What we were talking about is how the true capitalist in Miami-Dade County, actually recalled the mayor. They unelected this asshole. Yeah, today he got unelected because the true capitalist in Miami said, hey, look, you idiot, you can't sit here and raise taxes on an already depleted real estate city. I mean, don't you understand that Miami-Dade County is one of the worst real estate markets right now for foreclosures in the United States? And then Carlos Alvarez, which is the mayor of Miami-Dade County, has the audacity to what? What does he do? He ups property taxes. Jesus Christ, man. He increases property taxes, for Christ's sake. And what does he do after he increases property taxes? Oh, he increases the salary for every government employee a part of Miami-Dade County. Oh, yeah, isn't that great, folks? Oh, that's just so beautiful, isn't it, huh? Oh, yeah, well, I'm glad. I am glad the true capitalists out there in Miami-Dade County rose up and did not sit there and stand by while this damn bureaucrat stayed in office and tried to sit here and not only raise taxes on us true capitalists, but tried to give pay raises. Tried to give pay raises to all the goddamn government employees that are sitting there kissing this goddamn asshole's ass. All right? Makes me sick to my stomach, for Christ's sake. Hey, look at you people don't care. Look at these people. They're like, meh, 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 meh. You people. You people don't care, for Christ's sake. It makes me sick. I got to get some Consuela Mexican broad to come in here and clean this office of mine because every time I try to do this broadcast, I get angry. I look at the chat room. I get goddamn calls from people. I get angry. It gets me pissed off, for Christ's sake. I'm sitting here. I'm an old man, for Christ's sake. You idiots have to understand. I'm an old man, for Christ's sake. I can't be sitting here and getting mad on a consistent basis. I can't keep doing it. I can't keep doing it. And you people keep dragging me into madness because you people are so goddamn stupid. Thank God. It makes me sick, for Christ's sake, you pieces of crap. Don't you understand that, for Christ's sake? I mean, this is why I'm here. This is why I'm doing shit. This is why I'm doing stuff, for Christ's sake, man. Oh, Jesus Christ. All right. I'm tired of it, man. I'm sorry, man. I'm tired of it. I mean, you have these damn bureaucrats in Miami-Dade County. I mean, this goddamn Carlos Alvarez that got unelected, folks. He got recalled by the true capitalists in Miami. And let me tell you something. This is just the beginning. This is just the beginning here, all right? This is just the beginning when it comes to the true capitalists rising up. All right? This is just the beginning. You ass clowns that are sitting here tickling your ass cracks thinking that this is a great day in Mr. Rogers' neighborhood while you're sitting here mooching off of the American government system, no matter what it is, no matter if you're an entitlement mooching piece of garbage or no matter if you're one of these government employees bitching and moaning thinking, oh, well, I deserve all this money from the taxpayer. Shut up! I'm sorry, folks. I know, man. I know there's people in here telling me to calm down. But I can't calm down, for Christ's sake. I mean, look at America. Look at the world, for Christ's sake, all right? Look at the world. Oh, Christ. Oh, Jesus. 646-652-4869 is the number to call here. All right, I want to hear from you. I mean, what do you think about what's going on here around the world? Huh? What do you think about, all this crap, for Christ's sake? I want to hear from you. 646-652-4869 is the number to call here. Anyway, I know we were talking about how the true capitalists in Miami-Dade County recalled that mayor, or former mayor, I should say, Carlos Alvarez, because he decided to raise taxes on true capitalist property owners and then give his own little pissant little bureaucracy an increase in pay. Yeah, give me a break. You're not going to get past the true capitalist out here, boy. Anyway, let me calm down here. Let me take a drink of this beer here. I'm drinking beer. I'm not. All these people that are sitting here pissing and moaning about, oh, Ghost, you shouldn't be drinking. It's a bad influence. You're getting a bad influence. You know what? Just shove it up your clogged up colon pipe, all right? Let me tell you something. With all the international disorder, with all the natural disasters that seem to be, happening on a mega scale, I mean, who gives a crap if you're drinking beer, if you're puffing on the Magic Dragon, if you're snorting cocaine, for Christ's sake? I mean, I'm not promoting it, all right? I'm not promoting this crap, but who cares? I mean, who really cares, for Christ's sake? I mean, let's be honest. Let's just be seriously honest, all right? If we were to somehow go through the legal psychiatric drugs, right, like the Prozacs and the Xanax and the lithium and all Zoloft and all these damn mind-altering drugs, they've got so much side effects. They got so many side effects that you might as well keep doing the drug. If you're a former drug addict or drunk, I'm just saying, just keep drinking. Just keep doing it. I mean, who cares at this point? You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry, folks. I mean, it's just there's so much disorder, so much discord around the world, for Christ's sake. I mean, good God. Here, let me take a chug of this. I'm out of beer. I'm out of beer over here. Oh, wait a minute. I got another beer right here. Here we go. Oh, yeah. Anyway, I want to hear from you. 646-652-4869 is the number to call here. Let's take some callers. We got Eddie Hughes in the house once again. What do you want?
How you doing, Ghost?
I'm just here. What are you going to talk about today, there, Eddie Hughes? I know that you're out there in English tea drinking land, still worshiping prehistoric monarchs. So we would like to get some insight. What do you want to talk about today, there, sir?
Well, I would much rather be in Austin and playing the banjo, plucking on the old banjo and supping some moonshine. But unfortunately,
is that what you think we do out here? We don't do that out here, son. Out here in Austin, we drink up a storm, we kick some ass, and we take names out here, all right? We're not out here worshiping queens, oh, look, it's Kate Middleton. Oh, how I would like to lick her cunt. I mean, we're not out here doing that kind of crap. You understand what I'm saying there?
No, not at all. No, but the way I see it, I'm as far as I'm concerned, in Austin, I'm surprised you've got running water. Actually, I thought you still pulled it up from a well, and you're still wrestling crocodiles.
You see, that's what you three-teeth, limey, George Michael ass worshipping assholes don't understand. All right. Out here in Austin, Texas, boy, we've got one of the greatest places to party. Let me tell you something. We're in Texas. You understand? We're the world supplier of the greatest steaks in the planet. Do you understand? Do you understand that we give the greatest steaks and the greatest cheeseburgers out here to the international community out here? And for you to sit over here and give me that disrespect, it makes me sick, all right? We're not out here, oh, yes, let me have some fish and chips. Oh, let me have some fish and chips here. I mean, we're not down with frying some sick-ass salmon and then, chopping up a couple of potatoes and then throwing them in some old-ass grease or something and calling that a meal. All right, there, Eddie, do you understand what I'm saying? We're Americans here. All right, we care about our cuisine. We care about our luxury. We care about living lavish. We don't want to be socialists like you bastards. You understand what I'm saying there, you feudalistic milky liquor?
Well, the way I look at it, in the United Kingdom, there's only two things that come out of Austin, Texas, and that's queers and steers. You sure don't sound...
Oh, shut up. I mean, what did Full Metal Jacket just, premiere out there in the UK, huh? I mean, did Full Metal Jacket just premiere out there and he just heard that Stanley Kubrick line? Oh, if they come out of Texas, it steers and queers, and you sure as hell don't look at them squared on their head. Shut up, you stupid English tea-drinking bastard. All right? Let me tell you something. You want to know why that there's not any kind of successful English comedian, except for that Gervais idiot? I mean, I don't understand why everybody, is bowing down to this fat, bloated, half teeth out of his mouth, Gervais asshole. I don't understand this. But outside of that, bastard, I mean, nobody is funny out of the UK. I mean, what was the last comedian that came out of the UK? What was it? Eddie Izzard? I mean, Eddie Izzard, for Christ's sake, some asshole who dressed it up like RuPaul and came out there and said, oh, yes, I'm a drag queen, but what I'm going to do is come out here and tell a couple of jokes, and all you assholes are going to sit here and lick my ass. I mean, that's all you got there. Isn't that right, Eddie? That's why you can't be funny. That's why you're ripping off lines from Full Metal Jacket. That's why you're doing this kind of thing. Isn't that right, Eddie?
Well, I'd like to whip off lines from is it George Carlin and Bill Hicks? But unfortunately, your government seems to shut them up and silence them and kill them off while they're telling the truth on stage.
What are you talking about? George Carlin lived to be about 85. What are you talking about? Kill them off. George Carlin lived to be about 85. You want to know why Bill Hicks died? Let's be honest, all right? Bill Hicks was a drinking bastard, smoking bastard, all right? And look, I like Bill Hicks. I'm not trying to talk garbage against Bill Hicks, all right? Believe me. But let's be honest. I mean, what is a precursor to pancreatic cancer? Somebody who consumes an exuberant amount of alcohol. And what I mean by an exuberant amount of alcohol, you look at a comedian's lifestyle, all right? A comedian, believe it or not, they get hooked for a gig. They go out and they actually eat what's at the comedy club. Believe it or not, that's how they get their meals. They eat what's at the comedy club, which is all this stir-fried crap, which is, some pre-processed minced, chicken breast, or and some 6-month-old frozen fries and that sort of thing. All right, and then he smoked up a storm. Remember, he used to love talking garbage about, I love to smoke cigarettes. As a matter of fact, if you do like smoking cigarettes, you should consider rolling your own cigarettes, believe it or not. Yeah, because believe it or not, I mean, most of the cancer-causing chemicals that are in cigarettes are put there by the big producers of cigarettes themselves, the big cigarette companies, for Christ's sake. So anyway, what else you got to say, Eddie? You're starting to bore the balls off of me like Prince Charles trying to confess his love to that old leather bag, Camilla Parker Bowles. So you got anything to say to the people out here? There's a lot of people listening to you there, you fucking milky liquor.
Well, I listen to your show because it entertains me. I didn't think that, people in Austin could put two syllables together, let alone host a radio show. I'm absolutely amazed. You must be a breed on your own.
What are you talking about? I am the prognosticator of prognosticators, sir. All right, you need to recognize I am worldwide, all right? Just because I didn't reach into your little village, that's out there in whatever UK little pissing ground that you're in, all right? I am worldwide out here, all right? I mean, I'm a digital cultural icon. You need to recognize that there, Brit boy. All right, I know that you're sitting there trying to emulate George Michael by servicing glory holes in your local public bathrooms, but what you need to realize is that Ghost is in effect and in the house, and this is a man that is asserting his manly dominance around the internet like it ain't crap, and basically telling it how it is, and basically, like I said, anybody who listens to Ghost is like making freaking money, for Christ's sake. All right, so do you have anything else to say there, Eddie, you freaking mouth breather?
Well, it sounds to me like you're sitting on some sort of butt plug that's sort of irritating your bowel, because you seem to jump up and knock all the cans of beers all over the place. Beer.
Yeah, you're stupid, Eddie. You have no lulls, all right, you asshole. You're supposed to be a part of the alternative media, huh? Give me a break. You get no lulls, you stupid UK bastard. That's why I don't know why Gervais is such a, sought-after person. Ricky Gervais, he's just such a great comedian. We're going to export him over there to America, and they're just going to love him, They're going to suck the cock of Ricky Gervais, and there's nothing they can do about it, you know what I mean? Give me a break. Anyway, 111, you're on the air. You there?
Me?
Yeah, it's you. What's going on?
No, man, I'm just enjoying you ripping on the fucking bloke over there. He deserves
what the hell is up with this crap, right? I mean, you got some damn
bloke,
calling me, you're messing with my fish and chips. You are. I mean, can somebody, shove a goddamn fish and chips up this guy's ass and, tell him to go whack off to a naked picture of Boy George's ass crack or something? I mean, we don't want to hear some stupid limey bastard that thinks I'm higher than thou, and, you need to listen to me because I'm the best the UK has to offer. Don't you understand? I'm the best the UK has to offer. I'm the best the UK has to offer. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, all you need to do is tell him go see a dentist, all right, and punch out. But this is the first time I caught your show here, and
well, it's a shame because you've been missing a hell of a lot. Let me tell you something right now. I mean, you need to spread the word about True Capitalist Radio show.
Well, I'm new to Blog Talk, so I've been scanning everything and trying to, get up to speed on everybody's shows that are pertinent to my beliefs here, Yeah,
go ahead.
So I want to ask you a question. You're down there in Austin, Texas. You're starting to sound, honestly, you're sounding like Alex Jones here. What's up with that? Alex Jones, to me personally, is nothing but he's a mainstream piece of crap now. Wait, hold on. Let me put you on mute there for a second there, buddy. Now, let me explain something to you right now. Don't you ever compare me to Alex Jones, you piece of crap. Do you understand that? I don't ever want you to put my name and Alex Jones's name in the same sentence ever again. And that goes to anybody that's listening out there right now. You know what I'm saying? Anybody that's out there listening right now that's comparing Ghost to Alex Jones, you need to take that out of your psyche right now, because let me tell you something. I make Alex Jones look lower than a leprechaun's nutsack. Are you kidding me? I put out more substance upon substance upon substance on the debating table than Alex Jones, and the only reason that anybody compares me to him is because I'm from Austin, Texas, and that I speak more substance than he is. Don't compare me to Alex Jones, you piece of crap. Do you understand what I'm talking about? Don't compare me to that piece of garbage. Because let me tell you something, man. I'm a capitalist, all right? I'm not one of these New World Order conspiracy assholes that, claims that one group or the next group or this group is going to take you. I mean, what was it? Back in the day, it was the Clinton administration, remember? You remember that? It was the Clinton administration. And then the 90s came around. The Bohemian Grove. That's what it was, the Bohemian Grove up in here. Then after that, it was, the Bush family, the Bush and the Bin Ladens, and all. And then after that, what was it? It's the Bilderbergs, the Bilderberg group, the Bilderbergs. So don't compare me to Alex Jones ever again there, you sorry sack of slap-ass trash. Do you understand what I'm saying there, boy? Oh, Miggy, listen, I definitely get what you're saying, all right?
I am not Alex Jones. Don't compare me to that piece of crap. Seriously, it's an insult. It's an insult.
I didn't say it. I just said you sounded like him. With your presentation is all I meant, and now I get what you're saying, right? You understand what a piece of shit he is, right? So
yes, I think he's a fraud, and he's a fraud. In my personal view, he's a fraud.
Carnival barking charlatan. I'll buy my DVDs. PrisonPlanet.tv, InfoWars.com. I'm going to go on The View and talk to all the fucking dyke liberal cunts. Just to say
no way. Alex Jones didn't do that. Did Alex Jones really go on The View? Did Alex Jones really go on The View?
Yeah, he went on The View 2 weeks ago. Are you fucking not up to speed?
I don't keep up with The View. I mean, I think that when five broads. No, listen to me. When five broads come together and talk about something, they're obviously, having a revolving muff going on or something. But I mean, I don't listen to that crap. So you mean to tell me that Alex Jones went on the goddamn View? Is that what you're telling me?
I'll tell you how he went on the goddamn View is Charlie Coke Sheen went on his show and fucking flipped out when he was on his bender, off his bender, whatever. And then he called out one of his writers of the show, and he called him by his Israeli name, Chaim something or other. So then he was labeled anti-Semite, but he did that on Alex's show, and Alex did all the mainstream rounds and was on The View. Absolutely. On The View, right? So.
Jesus Christ.
I'm not kidding you, dude. Just YouTube that shit.
I can't. I mean, it's bad enough that people compare me to Alex Jones. Now, when they compare me to Alex Jones, they're going to think that I win on the freaking View. You know what I'm saying? I mean, look, let me tell you something. If you YouTube, if you search YouTube.
Like, you don't get me wrong. I love your.
No, listen to me. Hold on, just a second. Hold on. If you listen, all right, listen. If you YouTube ghost capitalist, ghost conservative, ghost Alex Jones, you'll hear me on there. I mean, somebody posted a video of me basically saying on the broadcast that I just don't like Alex Jones. I think Alex Jones is a piece of garbage. Seriously. And there's YouTube videos of me out there. So once again, I'm going to ask you kindly, don't compare me to that piece of garbage, Alex freaking Jones, for Christ's sake. Sorry. Sorry, there's some people actually in the chat room that are actually... There's actually people in the chat room that are actually taking this serious because of you. I mean, what are you, a bunch of trolls here? Is that what you are? You're some trolls. You're trying to call me up saying that I'm Alex Jones. I mean, that's an insult to me, man. Seriously, I'm not. This is not a joke. All right, I mean, this is really serious. All right, this is not a joke. I don't like Alex Jones. I think he's a piece of crap, capitalizing on fear. I mean, he's capitalizing on fear. This is a guy who, mesmerizes a bunch of disenchanted youth. Individuals that are out here that are half-ass educated as it is, And then once these disenchanted youths, these idiots that don't know their asses from their elbows, once they listen to an Alex Jones video, these idiots actually believe that they're exclusive to some kind of privileged knowledge that no one else has, for Christ's sake. I mean, haven't you ever run into these ass clowns and, I watch Alex Jones and you don't know your ass from your elbow. And you piece of crap. Anyway. 646-652-4869. I'm not taking another call. No. I'm not Alex Jones, you assholes, all right? I'm Ghost. I'm Ghost from True Capitalist Radio, and all you idiots that are listening in, you need to spread that around like wildfire. All right? Go to the Twitters. Go to your social networking sites. Go everywhere and send everybody to True Capitalist Radio Show right here. All right? blogtalkradio.com/ghost. All right? blogtalkradio.com/ghost. You tell them to come over here, and if they think they got something, if they want a piece of me, come and get some, you silly-ass bastard. I mean, I'm sorry. It just makes me sick. I'm sorry. lies. It makes me sick. Anyway, 646-652-4869 is the number to call here. 000, you're on the air.
Hello?
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, it's Soybean. Do you remember?
Hey, what's going on, Soy? What you up to?
Not much. Just sitting in the back drinking. And,
I hear you. You know, I'm drinking it up as well up in here. It's a Wednesday, and you know what? Not only that, I mean, you know, with all the environmental destabilization, the economic destabilization, the social destabilization, and the political destabilization, you might as well, you know, continue drinking up a storm. You might as well, you know, if you're a drug addict, you might as well, you know, continue doing all that. And I'm not saying that to be facetious. I'm serious. I mean, why take a pill that some, you know, psychiatric person that's just giving you to make you even more psychotic? I mean, just, you know, just keep drinking, right?
Right? Keep it natural, I guess.
That's right.
But, I was just calling up with some questions. I was just wondering, what government programs do you think, you know, if you were in control, what would you think are the best to cut and the worst to cut? You know, because we have to fix our budget, you know, they still have that 2-week thing going on, and they have to revise that. So if you were in that position, I was just wondering what you would not want to cut and what you would see as easy to cut.
Well, I think that, you know, to be honest with you, I mean, we would have to cut things incrementally because if we were to cut things really dramatically, these people would just unbelievably go berserk. I mean, look at what they did in Greece. Look at what they're doing in all these other countries where they have to have austerity measures. And for you folks that don't, I mean, it's going to get berserk out here.
Yeah.
But in my personal opinion, I think that we need to cut bureaucratic garbage that is meaningless.
Yeah, social programs. Yeah.
Well, social programs, not just social programs, but these bureaucracies. You know, in Texas, you know, we have a legal handgun permit, which means I can carry a gat, you know, wherever I want. But the problem is I got to go out and pay some asshole bureaucracy like $200 so I can carry my gat around all over Texas wherever I want to. I mean, you can actually legally carry a gun. Now, why do I have to pay money to some bureaucracy for me to carry a gat? Secondly, I want to know why exactly do I have to pay a bureaucracy so I can go fishing off the coast of Texas? You know, if I go fishing, I have to have a fishing license. And why exactly do I have to have a fishing license? Well, I'll tell you why you have to have all these taxes, because they're supporting some bureaucracy. So some a paper pusher can continue to get paid, you know, $70,000, $80,000 a year. I kid you not. This is why we have taxes, and let me tell you, we have to go line by line. I hate to quote Barack Obama, even though he didn't do this. We have to go line by line and take a look at what exactly needs to be cut and what doesn't need to be cut. Seriously, because if we don't, we're depleting the value of the American dollar. We're raising the inflation. We're raising our debts. We're making ourselves insignificant in the global economy, and I think that we need to really start thinking about this kind of stuff, man. I mean, I mean, there's nothing specific I want to take out. I think there's a lot of cutting in general that needs to be cut.
Yeah, definitely. I agree.
Well, anyway, so I like whenever you call up and ask these questions. You want to promote any kind of blog or anything that you got going on here? Hello? I guess that's it for Soy. Anyway, I want to thank you for calling. Let's continue going. All right, we got Detective John Kimball on the line. What's up, Detective John Kimball?
Yeah, I just want to say there's like over 9,000 Brits, and they all really like Ricky Gervais, and I think you should really give him a listen, because I think you're not really being fair, to be honest.
No, I don't think I need to listen to Ricky Gervais. Ricky Gervais sucks the chrome off of a 57 Chevy bumper, although you wouldn't know about a 57 Chevy bumper because you're from UK. So maybe he sucks the chrome off of a, what the hell is the UK? I don't know. He sucks, all right? He sucks, all right? I'm sick of Ricky Gervais. Why do you shove that dumbass, imbecilic asshole down our throats here in America? I'm sick of it, man. Every time I see him, I want to throw up nasty chicken grease, corn oil, Christ's sake, and get, we're just supposed to accept this asshole. Oh, yeah, he's just hosting the Golden Globes, whatever the hell it's called. And what, you're standing by this ass clown? What, do you think he's cool because he eats fish and chips or some crap?
Look, Alex Jones, I just want to say that's not why I like...
you stupid asshole. Don't call me Alex Jones. Let me tell you something, you asshole. Hello? Jesus Christ, I think I clicked off. Am I here? Am I here, for Christ's sake? I mean, I clicked off because I was so pissed off, for Christ's sake. I mean, it makes me sick, man. I'm not Alex Jones. I mean, get it through your head, for Christ's sake. I mean, look at these people. They're laughing at me. They're laughing. Don't compare me to Alex Jones. I'm not Alex Jones. I'm not Alex Jones. I mean, I'm going to take a break. No, I'm just going to take a break right now. You people are pissing me off. That's what I'm going to do. You're pissing me off. You're pissing me off. You're pissing me off. All right? So I'm going to take a break. All right? Before I take a break, folks, I want to let everybody know that this Friday, all right, the day after tomorrow, Mike Vallely, Vallely, yeah, that's his name. Mike Vallely, Mike V, is going to be here on True Capitalist Radio. I kid you not, Mike Vallely, Mike V, legendary skater, legendary musician, lead singer of Revolutionary Mother, actor, stuntman, he's going to be here Friday, March 18th, this Friday, and I want to let everybody know that, all right? And I want everybody to be here live because he's going to be taking your calls, all right? I'm not joking. Mike Vallely this Friday, and I want you to all to spread it around like wildfire, all right? Put it on your blogs. Put it on your social networking sites. Put it on your Twitter. Make a video about it. Do whatever it takes. This Friday, Mike Vallely comes to True Capitalist Radio and sits down with Ghost up in here, all right? And what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to play a song of his. It's one of my favorite songs, for Christ's sake. It makes me hype. It makes me want to kick some ass. It makes me want to go out and break something. It makes me want to go out and all these assholes that are sitting here talking garbage at me, it makes me want to stomp their teeth so far down their throat, they'll be able to chew their own crusty, bacon-bit-ridden assholes. This is called Runaway Train. Runaway Train by Revolutionary Mother. Revolution Mother, Runaway Train, yeah!
We've
listening to Ghost on True Capitalist Radio. True Capitalist Radio.
Hey, what's going on? We're back here. I'm sorry, man. I had to calm down, man. There's so many people pissing me off because they're calling me Alex Jones, man. Let me tell you, I'm not joking, man. This is not some shtick. This is not some, BS, man. I really don't like being called Alex Jones, man. So piss off with that crap. Seriously. All right? Seriously, man. Piss off with that crap. Well, let me go ahead and take a chug of this beer, man, before I really get upset, man. I'm serious. I'm really going to get pissed. There you go. I'm opening up another beer here. Anyway, 646-652-4869. I want to talk about how there are 4 journalists now missing from the New York Times that were covering the situation in Libya. And, well, that's basically all I got to say about it. What do you got to think? What do you think about it? 4 New York Times journalists missing in Libya. What do you have to say about it? Hey, Michael, are you there, Michael?
Da, Governor, you are destroying the world with your capitalism. Be a communist for Mother Russia. We will toss you in the Gulag prison.
Well, why don't you, first of all, turn your TV down. Second of all, tell that whore mother of yours stop talking. Because we heard that disgusting, despicable whore bag talking over the microphone while you were sitting there trying to act like a Russian. All right, you cockeyed bastard. So tell that stupid slut to shut her mouth. 111, you're on the air.
Yeah, is this Alex Jones?
You silly bastard. It's not Alex Jones, all right? It's Ghost from True Capitalist Radio. Get it straight. You have a goddamn question. Shut up. Shut your stinking stupid mouth. Shut your smelly, stinking, salmon-smelling hole and listen to me. Do you have a question or not, you milky liquor?
So,
do you have a question or not?
Are you Alex Jones?
Oh, you silly fucking asshole. Stupid piece of crap. Look, I'm not joking, man. Seriously, I'm getting a little upset, all right? I'm getting a little mad here. Don't call me this piece of crap. I'm serious. All right? I know. Oh yeah. I know that we, Alex Jones and I come from the same city. I am not Alex Jones. Stop asking the freaking question. All right? I'm not Alex Jones. Anyway, 646-652-4869. Hey, is that Goofy Bone on the line? Goofy, is that you?
Yeah, Ghost, can you hear me?
Hey, what's going on, man? A breath of fresh air, for Christ's sake. We got all these stupid ass clowns calling me up saying I'm Alex freaking Jones, for Christ's sake. It's good to hear from you, man. What's going on?
Hey, Ghost, I'm on tour right now. I did a show yesterday in Portland, Maine. I'm driving to Buffalo, New York. I need to be there by the 19th. So I'm at the Sunset Motel in Bonatavara, New York. Oh, no, I'm on Main Street. Yeah, Bonatavara, there you go. I'm on Main Street right now. I'm walking to see if I can find me some honeys to, accommodate me in my good old hotel room. But, man,
Hey, how's it looking? I mean, usually small towns, they got these loosey whore bags that are looking for anything that's, not quid pro quo. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, it's shit. I don't know. I've seen some cute little honeys at the Walmart they got here. It's right down the way, but yeah, I'm just chilling, listening to these stupid idiots, man. Don't let these stupid kids piss you off.
I mean, why in the hell do these idiots think I'm Alex Jones, for Christ's sake, man? I've been sitting here for 5 years broadcasting True Capitalist, well, not as True Capitalist Radio. I had a True Conservative, or formerly known as True Conservative Radio. But I've been sitting here for 5 years. I am not Alex Jones. I really don't appreciate these assholes calling me up saying, are you Alex Jones? I mean, I make Alex Jones look lower than Roseanne Barr chasing after a greasy cheeseburger with her hands tied behind her back while she's blowing Tom Arnold. And, for these idiots to sit here and talk garbage to me, it makes me sick.
You know what? If you're Tom Jones or Alex Jones, then I must be Charlie Sheen. Are we winning? Are we winning?
I mean, no kidding. I mean, give me a break. I mean, come on.
Oh,
I mean,
man.
do you think that Ghost, literally, do you think that Ghost would actually go on the freaking View like Alex Jones? I mean, honestly, do you actually think that Ghost would go out and say, "Oh yeah, Whoopi Goldberg, yeah, great"? You know, I mean, are you kidding me? You know the first thing I'd ask Whoopi Goldberg, the first thing I'd ask her is, you know, you got all them dreads in your hair. Do you got dreads down there? I mean, that's all I got. Go ahead. I'm sorry. That's sick.
I would have said, how was blowing Sam Malone? That's what I would have asked her.
Oh my God! And you know, believe it or not, you know, the thing about Whoopi, you know, she went to an NAACP meeting, and she actually, at the time, her boyfriend was Danson, the guy from Cheers, you know, like Todd Dan, whatever his name is. Ted Danson. Yeah, this guy, she convinced this guy to dress up in blackface and actually, you know, introduce her into the NAACP little gala. I mean, this is how stupid Whoopi Goldberg is. That's what I'm saying. Do you think I'd actually sit there, you know, with Whoopi Goldberg and that, you know, other dumb, you know, bitch that thinks she's funny and Barbara Wowo and all these slut bags? I mean, seriously, you actually think I'd actually, you know, hell no.
This is what the world has come to. Everybody's so nosy and they want to fucking be other people. I bet you there's millions of people wanting to be Whoopi Goldberg and wanting to be Barbara Walters and all this other bullshit. Bunch of losers of the world. But you know what's going to happen, Ghost? When the shit is so bad and that nuclear shit's going to come and invade. Thank God I'm not on the West Coast right now, because I'd be fucking everything out there, because I'd be scared. I wouldn't know if that nuclear shit would hit me in the middle of the night. I'm here smoking a blunt.
I'm sure. I think that's a valid point. Point.
I thank God I'm on tour. You know what I'm saying? But I just hope Vince in the Bay and all my friends out there are okay. You know what I'm saying? But shit.
No kidding. Yeah, same here, man. I mean, you know, all the viewers or all the listeners that are out there in the West Coast that are listening to the True Capitalist Radio Show, man, I hope they're okay as well, man, because it's getting pretty serious. You know, I mean, it's not some joke where it's just you know, potential or it may happen. It could happen. I mean, the probability is very high. So I feel bad for the folks on the West Coast that could deal with some potential radioactive fallout, man.
Oh man, I'm telling you, Ghost. Oh man, you know what I was laughing at, because I was in Portland yesterday, Portland, Maine, and I was at this little, I mean, it was a little convenience store. I was looking for an undershirt, so I bought one there, and believe me, I thought cotton was on it got sold off. A regular white T-shirt in this little stupid store cost me $9.
Gee, I mean, are you talking about a white, like a regular plain white T-shirt?
Regular plain white gangster hanging on the street with Dickies off my ass T-shirt. $9.
Unbelievable.
So thank God I got.
No, I believe it, man. Believe me, I believe this crap. Believe me.
But I tell you, Ghost, there was a lady before me. I'm telling you, this woman, I would say about 300 pounds, ass bigger than the world. She come up there with her kid, a cross-eyed little kid with Coke bottle glasses, saying, "Oh, you think I could get a discount because my son, he's got a little."
Don't say that, man. Don't say it. It makes me pissed when I hear crap like that. That makes me upset, man. I mean, there's nothing worse. Hey, let me tell you something. There's nothing worse than some bimbo coming up to you and trying to get some sympathy out of your ass. Some fucking fat jelly ass bimbo with like 8 kids coming up to you and saying, "Man, baby, you got anything, man? My kids, baby, my kids. You got to give me money, baby, because my kids. You're not understanding, baby, my kids." Oh, it makes me sick, man.
Oh, no, but she kept complaining because the guy said, "No, I can't get you a discount." You know what I'm saying? And she was like, but my son, you know, I need a little bit of help. It goes, I just kept wanting to say, you know what, you little Section 8, you little fucking entitlement pusher, get the fuck out the store. But, you know, the store owner did it himself. Then he looks at me thinking I'm going to say the same damn thing. I was like, no, I'll pay for the $9 shirt. You know what I'm saying? But it was hilarious. It was hilarious, Ghost. That's the time when I needed you, just to narrate it, Ghost.
Let me tell you something. Look, I kid you not, and I say this goddamn story time and time again, man, and it bears repeating. This goddamn piece of ghetto-fied crap comes into my store, right? All right, and I'm just observing. I'm not even supposed to be working here. It's my store, for Christ's sake. It's my store. Anyway, this dumb bimbo comes into my store. She's got about at least 7 or 8 kids trailing her. She's got one of these cottage cheese asses that are just, she could barely fit through the damn door, for Christ's sake. Anyway, she comes in, she's looking at some product. She's like, yeah, I like this product. You can tell by the way her facial expressions were, right? She goes up to the counter, and she says, look, baby, it says $10 here, right, baby? It says $10, but I got $4. I got $4 right here. I'm going to give you $4, and I'll go ahead and take this right here. Is that okay, baby? And I'm looking at her like, give me a freaking break. And like, I want to literally, give her a goddamn Ike Turner-style backhand to the back of her stupid face because I can't believe that somebody's going to insult me in a retail outlet. Believe me, look, I'm not running my business out of the swap meet here, all right? I mean, this is a retail outlet out of a retail location. And this bimbo has the audacity to come out, yeah, come on, baby. I know it said $10. I'm going to give you $4. I'm going to give you $4 and everything going to be all right? And I look at this broad and I'm saying, look, it says $10. It's going to have to be $10. That's all there has to be. You're going to have to pay the $10 retail price ticket. And, of course, once again, she looks at me cross-eyed like I just farted on her kid's Sunday dress or something. And she looks at me like, but you're not understanding, baby. My kids. I gotta give you $4. You just give me this here for $10. My kids, baby. You're not understanding my situation. My kids. And let me tell you something, man. After about 10 minutes of that little exchange of my kids and no, you can't, this bimbo had the audacity to walk out and start wrecking stuff as she was walking out of my store. She started throwing stuff off shelves. It's just disgusting. What the hell's up with that crap?
No, because it was a toy that she was buying for her kid, and she took the toy, like she picked it up, and she goes, "You're not gonna help us?" And then the guy's like, "No, I can't help you." And she threw it, and she's like, "I can't believe these people." And she walked out with a little coke-eyed, glasses kid. Looking like a doofus, retarded duck, you know what I mean? But, hey, they would be, to be honest with you, they would be good in Mexico because, Mexico, they take an outrageous price, and then you say another price, and then, they deal with you and shit, but, they don't want to go down there. But anyways, Ghost, I just wanted to call to check in, you know what I'm saying? I'm here listening to these idiots. You know what? Don't let these clowns even get you there, Ghost, because you know what?
I'm not gonna because I know. Let me tell you something. You're damn right, man. Because let me tell you something. I know that I'm not Alex Jones, and everybody out there in the international community that's an avid listener to the True Capitalist radio program. You know that I'm not Alex Jones, and these assholes need to stop, putting a couple of large pieces of furniture up their anal passage, calling me up and claiming that I'm Alex Jones. I really don't appreciate it, and I hope they stop it. You know what I'm saying?
Well, if these low-life pieces of monkey dog shit that were wasted semen from their dad's little weenus, if they really are smart, they should know that you are a man shooting pearls, taken from a gangster from Northern California. I'm way up thanks to you, sir, and I appreciate your knowledge every day because not only are we getting millions of dollars worth of free information, if we put that to use, we will be right up there with you as a capitalist. So I thank you every day, Ghost.
Yeah, no problem, man. Hey, thanks, Goofy Bo, for calling me up, man. Good luck on your tour. And if I have to take another break here in the next hour, I'm going to play your song, Give It To Her, which is something, I bump it, man. I'm telling you, I bump that crap. All right?
You know what? That's off my next album, Illegal Alien. But
yeah, it's going to come out. It's going to come out 9/10/11, man. That's a great date. 9/10/11 is when it's going to come out.
Exactly. But, yeah. Google me, Goofy Bone. Check me out at Reverb Nation /Goofy Bone, and go to www.weedmaps.com. Find your local bud supplier near you, because I need it right now. But anyways, Ghost, see you later. Leave me on the line. I'm just walking down the street and looking for some tail.
Yeah, all right, man. Well, good luck to you there, Goofy Bone. I mean, we know from your rap song that you're out there giving bitches bones. Just give her a bone. I've been telling you, that chorus is in my head constantly. It's unbelievable. Anyway, thank you for calling, Goofy Bone. 213, you're on the air.
Ghost. Hey, baby,
hey, what's up?
Going on?
What's going on, man?
It's Thursday, and it's already like Baller Friday to me because I got a postcard in the mail today from an internet site called reachoutwireless.com, and because I'm on food stamps, I can get my government-assisted cellular service, baby. I'm going to be text messaging all my friends.
It's Wednesday, asshole. It's not Thursday, but you mean to tell me that you have free cell phone service because of us capitalists? Hey, stop choking that kid, for Christ's sake! Gee, I'm trying to talk to you. Why don't you change the diaper of that kid and stop choking that kid and stop sitting here calling up saying, yeah, I got it. I don't want to hear that. Us capitalists don't want to hear that crap.
Yeah, but see, I applied for my cell phone today, so I'll be text messaging my baby daddy come tomorrow, baby. I'm going to get my free phone and my free minutes.
What is a baby daddy? What the hell are you talking about, baby daddy?
My baby daddy out there working the corner. He be making the money. You know, I bring in the food stamps. I apply for my Medicaid, but he's the breadwinner. He's a true capitalist of this family. That's for sure.
You silly freak. You get this idiot off. Get him off! Jesus Christ. I mean, you know, every time that I have a damn show, this guy calls up. He sounds like he's choking his kid, trying to suck the emotion out of true capitalists out here, and I really don't appreciate it. Anyway, let's continue taking some calls here. 646-652-4869 is the number to call. We're already in the third hour of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. Of course, I am your host, the man they call Ghost. And once again, folks, I want to thank everybody for tuning in with me. If you could please spread the link around like wildfire, blogtalkradio.com/ghost. All right, that's blogtalkradio.com/ghost. Go to your little Twitter sites, go to your social networking sites, go to your blog sites, and let everybody know about the True Capitalist Radio broadcast, folks, because we're here Monday through Friday. Every Monday through Friday, 4 to 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, and I think everybody, and I mean everybody, should spread it around like wildfire, folks. Because like you've heard other people say, listening to Ghost is like making freaking money. Yeah, all right, here we go. You know it and I know it. Anyway, 646-652-4869 is the number to call. I want to hear from you. 386, you're on the air.
Hey, listen. Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, everybody knows you're not Alex Jones, man. You're Howard Stern.
Shit, fuck off. All right, fuck you, all right? I'm sorry, folks. I didn't mean to. I did not mean to, curse there, folks. But let me tell you something. If you want to insult me even more, all right, call me Howard Stern, because I am not Howard Stern, all right? I would like 5 minutes alone with that old prostate-infected, Ovaltine drinking, Golden Girls watching, wish he was really banging his blonde bimbo-looking piece of wrinkled-ass trash. I would love 5 minutes alone with that piece of garbage. You just don't even understand, man. You just don't even understand. So, I'm sorry. I know there's a lot of people that are upset that I said the F word. I'm sorry. All right, I didn't mean to divergenize your ears, but let me tell you, don't call me Howard Stern. Don't call me Alex Jones. I am Ghost from True Capitalist Radio. Put that through your thick-ass skulls. Ghost, Ghost, Ghost from True Capitalist Radio. Because I'm a true capitalist, damn it. Don't you understand that, boy? I'm a true capitalist. You stupid, milky-licking, nipple-clamp-loving, butt-plug up-the-ass-looking, wish-you-had-a-girlfriend-having, tickling-your-asshole-looking, whacking off to a naked picture of Ricky Martin's butt-loving piece of milky-licking, chicken-eating cornball crap. Take a swig of this beer here. Anyway, 646-652-4869. Before I take another call, I want to switch topics here. I want to talk a little bit about the Donald Roast Trump that was on the Comedy Central network yesterday. For all you folks that didn't listen in or weren't watching, Donald Trump actually had a roast of himself on Comedy Central and had a bunch of B-list actors coming up on there, you know, giving him a roast, saying, hey, look at his rug on his head, hey, he's old, he's stupid, whatever. But the reason I want to bring this up is because the situation. That Jersey Shore canola-eating cocksucker was on the Donald Trump roast attempting to tell jokes. Yeah, I'm serious. I mean, he was attempting to tell jokes, and he got almost booed off the stage. Yeah. I mean, give me a goddamn break, man. I mean, you know, what the hell's going on here? All right? They're inviting the situation. I mean, this is how sad our pop culture is getting. And, you know, the reason I bring it up is because I'm glad that these assholes at Comedy Central put this Mike the Situation on the damn roast to prove that this idiot doesn't know his ass from his elbow, for Christ's sake. He's like, hey, how you doing? I'm the Situation over here. You know what I'm talking about? Hey, Donald, you know, you got weird hair. You know what I'm talking about? You got weird hair down there? Hey, look at me over here. Hot tub. Yeah, I'm Mike the Situation up here. Shut up! And not to mention that Donald Trump, believe it or not, is considering running for president. You know what I'm saying? I'm serious. He's running for president, so that's some weird, eclectic news coming from the American hot wire. Anyway, I want to hear from you. 646-652-4869 is the number to call. Let me go ahead and hear from you, folks. 626, you're on the air.
Oh.
Hey, what's going on, man?
Hey, man, how's it going? I've been a long-time listener. I just wanted to ask you a couple questions about the economy right now.
Go for it.
So, would you say you're more of a Howard Stern or Alex Jones?
You silly prick. Get him off! I'm going to ignore that, and you're lucky we're not in a damn bar room because I would literally pimp slap your ass so hard that Ike Turner would start crying in envy. You piece of crap. Anyway, we got Texas Guy on the line. What's going on, Texas Guy?
Yeah, I just want to say that I need money for my kids, Howard Stone, so if you could get that to me, that would be appreciated.
You know what? Fuck your kids. How about that, huh? Fuck your kids. Yeah, I need money for my kids, baby. My kids. Screw your kids, all right? How about that? How do you like that? How do you like them apples there, Texas Guy? You're lucky you're not in my neck of the woods. Let me tell you something. I'm going to be out here in Austin, Texas here once the show's over, all right? Once the show's already over, I'm going to go down to Austin, Texas. I am here, all right? If you happen to be listening to me and you're kicking back in South by Southwest, I'm going to be kicking in West 6th Street, all right? And the reason I like kicking in West 6th Street is, first of all, I don't live too far from there. But secondly, I like looking at all the stars, all the big money makers in Austin, Texas. You know what I'm talking about? And not to mention, I love seeing all these celebrities out here, man. I mean, I see Matthew McConaughey. I see Jesse James out here in Austin, Texas. I see Sandra Bullock and her black baby out here in Austin, Texas. And I think that the reason that you idiots are calling me up trying to give me crap is because you're jealous. at the fact that I'm just, hobnobbing with all these goddamn stars, for Christ's sake, and I don't blame you. I don't blame you. Anyway, folks, 646-652-4869. We were talking about how Mike the Situation literally bombed the hell out of the Donald Trump roast. And not to mention that, the Donald Trump roast itself was rather obnoxious, but it goes to show you that Donald Trump may be serious for running for president. And what does this mean for the political landscape? It means that the political landscape sucks! It sucks, for Christ's sake! Anyway, 646-652-4869. I want to hear from you. We got 978 on the line. Are you there?
Hey.
What's up, man?
Hey, I have no problem with Donald Trump being president. What's your stance on that?
I don't have any problem with Donald Trump being president either, but what I'm saying is that we have resorted to, bowing down and going to, somebody, let's be honest, all right? I'm not saying that Donald Trump's a bad guy, but he's an egomaniac, all right? I mean, anybody who's going to put their name on every single piece of crap product that he puts out is an egomaniac, for Christ's sake. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, and with my personal opinion, I'm just a little concerned about egomaniacs taking control of my country. Because what this means is that Trump, if he was to take over the country, he's going to protect his interests. He's going to protect his interests within the country, and he's not going to worry about the progress of the global economic model. So, to sit here and say that, I mean, at first glance, oh, yeah, it'd be fun, right? But inevitably, I think it's a bad idea. Do you agree?
I do, Alex. I think that what he really needs...
Shit. Get off! Stop calling me Alex Jones, you stupid crap hole! Just for that, you assholes, you deserve this. You know what? I'm going to take a break. How about that? You idiots calling me Alex Jones. You idiots calling me Howard Stern. I don't appreciate that. You understand that? You idiots out there that are listening to me, you need to realize, you need to recognize that I am the prognosticator of prognosticators, you assholes. All right? Look back in the archives, all right? I got an archive of thousands upon thousands of minutes where I have prognosticated events that have come to pass, and you idiots need to realize that, you stupid piece of garbage. All right? blogtalkradio.com/ghost. All right? Hundreds of minutes of on-demand episodes, you piece of garbage. Just for that, I'm gonna go ahead and play Goofy Bone since he is on tour out there on the East Coast. What's going on to my homie Goofy Bone out there? This song is called Give It To Her. I hope all you trolls and all you assholes that are sitting here trying to cause me ruckus, I hope all you idiots appreciate it. You milky licking pieces of nipple clamp loving, hot dog up the ass looking, wish you had a girlfriend looking piece of crap. Here, hey, engineer, put that crap back on. Put it on there.
Sorry. I've got sex on my mind. You know what? This is so fucking hot. You're turning me on. I've always wanted to fuck you. And here's my chance.
Baby girl, you must understand. I could never be your man. I'm just here to be your bone, giving you something to moan, hoping that you like it thick. Trust me, baby, I'll bust them lips, getting you nasty, ready to dance. At the end, I wanna be in your pants. Back at my pad, you sing it slow. Positions are nice where you don't wanna go to. Strangers that are getting freaky. I feel like a plumber fixing this leaky. Put it in the hole like Tiger Woods. Watching this girl just feel so good. She's falling in love, but I think it's too quick. Cause I'm not a boyfriend, I'm just her. I eat a big plate, so we talking about our bullshit lives. After the meal, we go for a drive. We smoking on a big ass blunt. She's looking at me like she wants some, so I passed it to her. Welcome to my land. She got so high where she couldn't even land. Laying on her back with her feet in the air. like a naughty vixen, the girl didn't care. Let me hit it all kinds of ways. Sweating like thugs trying to run away from the bar, cause you know what we doing is a crime. But let me hit that one more time. She gotta get going, her husband's at home, cause I'm not her boyfriend, I'm just her. Got on the side, but she can't live with it and let it ride. Watching her trying to hold me down, buy me things, trying to keep me around. You can't stop me when I'm on a one-way. I'ma play it full lock and there's no other way. So let's get back to what we do best. Pulling down the zipper on her dress. That's the body of the year and it tastes so good. She likes to nail cause I got that wood. Hitting it hard where eyes roll back. This girl is pursuing and needs to relax. I gotta get going, no bullshit at home, cause I'm not her boyfriend, I'm just her.
You're listening to Ghost on True Capitalist Radio. True Capitalist Radio.
All right, I'm sorry, folks. I had to take a quick break because we have a lot of people calling me up claiming that I'm, this person, that person, and I really don't appreciate it, man. I really don't. I think that you people need to realize that. Actually, I don't think you people need to realize. I think you people need to recognize that this is Ghost from the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. All right. Anyway, let me go ahead and talk a little bit about Gilbert Gottfried. Since we're going to talk about other subject matters. Gilbert Gottfried actually tweeted after the earthquakes in Japan some horrific, disgusting jokes. Like, one tweet was, and I'm paraphrasing, that the beach comes to Japan. Like, unlike America, the beach comes to Japan. And, just this horrific, disgusting, distasteful tweets. And Aflac, that stupid little company, Gilbert Gottfried was the voice of the Aflac duck. And Aflac decided to go ahead and give him a shit can because, you cannot sit here and, kind of do that kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? You just can't do it. And now Gilbert Gottfried's coming out and saying, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. Shut your stupid, stinking, smelly hole. Anyway, 646-652-4869. I want to hear from you, folks. 443, you're on the air. Hey, 443, why don't you tell that whore in the background to shut her mouth and say what you got to say?
That's stupid.
Listen to this idiot. He's listening to his bimbo talk about her day. Listen, this is America. Are you hearing this?
And that's, that kind of thing.
Oh, yeah. Hey, is this Alex Trebek?
Yeah, no. Keep that fat whore in the background talking. We were interested in her day. Like,
oh, no, I'm sorry. I mean, Alex Jones. This must be Alex Jones.
I mean, let's hear that fat, disgusting slut bag. Let's hear her. Come on.
Oh.
Yeah, he caught you in a little bit of a... he hung up. He hung up. I mean, that's just great. And then I caught him, and he was sitting there, he wanted a prank call, and yet his stupid, disgusting slutbag of a damn whore of a significant other was on there bitching at him like, yeah, he was sitting there. And did you hear him give the guy talk? Did you hear them give the guy talk? He was like, oh, really? Oh, man, oh. like he really gives a crap and stuff. He's like, oh, that's sad. Oh. Fucking magnets. How do they work? Anyway, let's take some calls here. 646-652-4869 is the number to call here. Hey, Goku, what's going on, Goku?
What's up, Ghost? Nothing much. What's up with you?
Man, just kicking back. All of a sudden, I got a bunch of people, I got a bunch of player haters out here, trying to, step on my, step on my integrity, to be honest with you. They're trying to besmirch my manhood on here, and I really don't appreciate it.
What are you gonna do, Ghost? What are you gonna do? Hey, you talking about?
I'm shooting pearls out here. I'm showing these idiots how to make some money out here in the markets. Instead, they're putting a condom on a GI Joe and sitting on it, and thinking that's the greatest sensation that they're ever gonna get in their lives. Instead of actually going out there and conducting themselves as a true capitalist. You know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying, but I was talking about. I want to talk about the Donald Trump roast or whatever.
Oh yeah, did you see that crap? That Donald Trump roast?
I didn't see the whole thing, but I saw the part with the situation or that friggin' faggot or
Oh
and then,
my God! Did you see him bomb like hell? For Christ's sake! I mean,
he was talking about his wife. Come on, you can't do that. He was saying that like she was a grenade and all that stuff. I mean, come on.
Well, not just that. I mean, he just wasn't funny. I know somebody may have written some garbage for him, but he wasn't funny, man. I mean, seriously, he sucked. I mean, he really sucked, and everybody else, everybody that was there at the roast got some kind of laughs. I mean, they literally booed him off the stage, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know what you're saying. Good, because that guy shouldn't be up there. Why the hell did they even invite him? He does nothing but go on a freaking beach and does all this crap. He's not a comedian. He's a freaking joke.
He's a joke is right, man. I mean, but you know who makes these people? You know who makes these people stars? The individuals that are listening out there. The individuals that are watching television and, spitting on their hands and then waxing their carrots while they're watching, the situation, pull a shirt up and throw out his abs and fat jelly-ass Snooki, shake her ass in, some kind of a bikini. These are the assholes out here that are giving this ratings. It's disgusting. It's horrible. And for all the people that are bitching and moaning, these are the idiots that are watching the television sets. I mean, they should be literally hitting the freaking head with an Acme brick, in my personal opinion. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, or it's like 3/4 of my school watches that damn show. Every time.
Yeah, believe me, that's the way it is. I believe you. I know. I mean, these young people actually believe that the situation is somehow something that people should attain while they're growing up. They should attain that sort of personality while they're growing up, for Christ's sake. I mean, give me a goddamn break.
Yeah, I hear you. What are all these people freaking in the chat room saying I have autism?
Don't worry about it. We got a lot of ass clowns on the chat room here. They're flapping their fat Cheeto-stained fingers on the keyboards talking about me. But you know what really sad is that they're never going to have a brilliant life. Most of these people, they're tickling their ass cracks. They wish they had a significant other. They're there alone by themselves, probably collecting unemployment, probably collecting some government cheese from some, government entitlement somewhere, and there's nothing they can do about it. They're just going to sit there and be insignificant nothings. They're just, like I said, Goku, the majority of America, they are a bunch of Nimrods, and not just America, but the world, I mean, what these people need to realize is they need to stop stagnating their mental capacity, and they need to reach for as much as they possibly can when it comes to their mental perception, but they don't want to do that. They just want to be some stagnant, fat pieces of bloated, useless garbage, and they don't want to learn anymore. They don't want to think anymore. They don't want to go out and be productive. and they just want Big Brother government to hand spoon feed their asses every single day of their lives. And it's really disgraceful, man. I mean, it really is disgraceful. But you know what's really sad is that all these people that want this socialist aspect of life, well, we've already seen it in application. All right, in application, we've seen it in Europe, and Europe is barely struggling to sustain itself because you cannot sustain yourself with a populace or a masses full of losers. And that's what socialism and communism inspires. It inspires a nation of losers that make no significance in life, that have no productivity. Their only contribution in life is turning perfectly good food into shit. All right? I mean, that's what these people in here that are trying to talk all this garbage, that are flapping their fat sausages of fingers on the keyboard, that's their contribution, turning perfectly good food into shit. I like to call these people shit funnels. Shit funnels, because that's their extent, for Christ's sake, man. I'm not joking, man. I mean, that's their extent. They're just going to turn all the perfectly good food into shit. And what's sad is that the shit that they take has more significance on this earth than they do. And the reason is because at least shit fertilizes the earth. It brings in new vegetation. It brings in new life. What do these people do besides continuing to desecrate the natural resources of this planet? They do nothing. These people are just, insignificant. That's why I tell you, Goku, and every other young people out there, do not listen to this dumbass perception of life. Remember, you're being sold out. You're being sold out by the baby boomers that are forcing you to pay Social Security, even though you're never going to see Social Security in your life. You're being sold out by your parents and your teachers by making you believe that you have to go out and get an education. Even if you have to take out a student loan, even though the student loan is going to put you in debt $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 before you even get into the employment sector, all right? They're trying to convince you that this is the thing that you need to do, that this is somehow productivity, that this is somehow progress. You need to realize there, Goku, that that's just not how it is. And that young people, I don't know what I mean by young people. I'm talking about anybody who's under the age of 40. They need to take their heads out of their asses. They need to, stop watching MTV. They need to stop being influenced by pop culture and realize that they've been bamboozled. They've been slapped in the mouth. They've been taken. They've been hoodwinked because they are never going to be blessed with the type of employment that their parents had. I'm talking about 30 years cush jobs. I'm talking about job security. I'm talking about pensions. I'm talking about decent wages. These kids aren't going to be blessed with this type of crap like their parents. And what's unfortunate is that they have been dumbed down by this education system on purpose. All right? They've been dumbed down by this education system on purpose so that they can continue to believe that, I got to go to college and I got to go do something with myself. But let's be honest, what is college? All right? What is college? College is nothing more than a 4 or 5 year party that you can go out and, guzzle down on beer bongs, guzzle down as much beer as you possibly can and go out and hump as many, Midwestern poontang you can find in the dormitory. You know it and I know it. Are you learning anything in college? No. Are you going out and saying, you know what I need to do? I'm going to get a better job after I get out of college? No. You want to know something? Even Bill Gates, one of the richest men in the world, Bill Gates even says in 10 years college is going to be obsolete. And you want to know why that all these kids have been, bamboozled? Because they can't read it on the wall. You want to know why, Goku? I'm sure you know why, right?
Yeah, I know why.
Because these idiots have been dumbed down by our education system. The same education system that's out there in Wisconsin right now, pissing and moaning that they should continue to get paid $50,000 a year to be overinflated babysitters with limited responsibility. You know, the same reason we got assholes in Illinois, in Indianapolis, in Ohio, in California. These people that are sitting here talking all this garbage that, oh, we deserve to get paid so much money, even though we've dumbed down America. Even Obama, Barack Obama, the day before yesterday, in a speech, admitted that America is ninth when it comes to education. Ninth. And we're supposed to somehow accept the fact that, oh, we should go ahead and pay teachers more money. Oh, we should give them perks that give them the last year's salary for the rest of their lives in their retirement plus 8% a year. Oh, yeah, we're supposed to just accept this crap. Absolutely not. And that's why I'm saying, Goku, I'm glad you and other young people that are out there that actually have the balls and have the intellectual curiosity to realize that they've been bamboozled, and there's no time to sit here and act like a jackass anymore. There's no time to go out and, I got to go and get my American Idol audition. There's no time for this crap. You know what there's time for? To realize what in the blue hell is going on in this country, in this world, and what's going on in this country, in this world, is the fact that the young people are getting screwed. But the only young people that are going to prevail are those of us. Well, I'm not young. I wish I was young. But those people that are out here that understand the game, that understand what's going on. And the only reason I come up on here, folks, is because look, I'm an old prick. I'm going to be long and gone before all this, time for change implements itself. But I know there's young people out here. I know there's young people out here that aren't stupid, that aren't dumbfounded, and that's why I'm saying, man, look, if you people are going to continue to be dumbfounded morons, if you people are going to continue to allow your parents, your teachers, the government, everything, if you're going to allow these people to dictate your lives, if you're going to allow them to dictate how you're going to be, well, then you deserve the position you're in. But Goku, you're in high school, and all these other kids in high school, you need to realize that, look, it's better just to not be in debt than to go to college and, go ahead and spend $50,000 in deficits to get some loser 4-year degree that's not going to get you anywhere other than the same job you would have got if you would have not gotten your college degree to begin with. And I kid you not, Goku, this is not to discourage you into not learning. Just because you don't go to college doesn't mean you should not learn. I mean, we have the tool of the Internet. The Internet, for Christ's sake, where you can just type in a few letters, a few words, and you can figure out anything you want. You can learn about anything you want. I mean, you've got limitless opportunity when it comes to the Internet. That's what children and teenagers and everybody should be thinking about. They should be thinking about learning about things that are in demand. You got to be learning about problems that need to be solved. You need to be learning about these things, for Christ's sake. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Ghost. All you said, I completely agree with it. But in high school, college is the safe haven. It's like a fallback plan when you don't have if you don't know what to do after high school. College is the safe way to go because see, these schools, they don't teach us to do anything except go to college because they teach us so crappy.
Well, of course, that's the point though, Goku. Because the reason that the public educators, which are being paid by our tax dollars, all right. I mean, you remember, private enterprise, true capitalists. These are the people that are funding public educators' salaries, and they are going to tell you, "Oh yeah, you got to go to college, you got to do this, you got to do that." Because what's the advancement in education? Okay, let's say you wanted to be an educator. Okay, I can be a elementary school teacher. Maybe after a couple of years, I can get certified to be a middle school teacher. Maybe after a couple of years, I can be certified and become a high school teacher. Then I can go and get my master's degree and become a professor at the same institution that I told all these children to go out and pursue college, higher education at. I mean, do you understand what I'm saying? It's all the same system, man. This is a disgrace. And what's really unfortunate is the young people don't understand that. You know what they care about? They care about the American Idol winner. They care about, who's going to be, dancing with the stars. This is what they care about when it's the youth's time. It's the young people's time now, for them to rise up and to assert their position of power at this point in time. But, they've dumbed all the youth down, man. There's not enough young people that know what's going on. There's not enough young people with balls anymore. And if you don't believe me, why do you think that all the people that are in power, anybody that you see that is supposed to be dictating the way you're supposed to live is like 80 years old? I mean, can you explain to me why exactly, every leader or every bureaucratic authority or everybody that's waving your finger in your face is like 85 years old? That's why I'm saying the reason is because the youth are allowing it. The young people are allowing this kind of crap. And that's why I call on, people like you, Goku, and everybody else that's listening out there. Do not sit here and go quietly in that good night. Don't sit here and bow down to this socialist impending danger that we have on our country. Don't bow down to this communist idea. Be a true capitalist. Because in the end, there's going to be those of us that knew that they had to be a capitalist and those of us that didn't. And those of us that didn't are going to be waiting in bread lines for a loaf of bread. And it's going to be disgusting, but am I going to have compassion for people waiting in bread lines? No. You want to know why? Because I told everybody the way it was going to be. And if they are not going to, understand or at least contemplate the information that I have put forward, well, then they deserve all the impending danger that comes upon them at that point in time. You understand?
Yeah, I understand. And then, these kids, the youth, they just don't want to learn that stuff. They only want to know about stuff that they want to know about. They don't want to learn about politics, economy, how to do this stuff. They just want to learn about Jersey Shore, Skins, MTV, American Idol, Dancing with the Stars, all the other crap.
That's all they care about, man. That's it, and that's all they'll ever care about, Goku. It's sad, man. It really is. But anyway, Goku, you want to, promote your blog on here? I'm going to take a couple more callers here.
Yeah, sure. It's Goku93.blogspot.com.
All right, Goku. Thanks a lot for calling up, man. We appreciate you listening in as always, and thank you for calling in, man.
Yeah, no problem. I'll see you tomorrow.
All right, man. Take it easy. And I want to thank you once again for calling in. I want to thank everybody for tuning in, for Christ's sake. If you're just tuning in, you're listening to True Capitalist Radio. I am your host, the man they call Ghost. And once again, I want to thank everybody for tuning in with me. We got a little less than 20 minutes left on the broadcast. If you could please spread it around like wildfire, the link to the broadcast, blogtalkradio.com/ghost. All right, that's blogtalkradio.com/ghost. Spread that link around like wildfire and tell everybody about it. And not to mention, folks, this Friday, March 18th, the day after tomorrow, we are going to have Mike Vallely, Mike V, here on True Capitalist Radio, and we're going to be taking calls the whole 9 yards, folks. All right? So spread that around like wildfire. This Friday, March 18th, Mike Vallely. I'm not joking. I know that people are like, oh, no way. You cannot, no way. I'm not joking. Mike Vallely, for Christ's sake. I even bought a bottle of champagne so that when Mike Vallely comes up and, does the interview, I'm going to pop a bottle of champagne on the air this Friday. All right, this Friday, man. I'm not joking. Anyway, let me go ahead and take a swig of this beer. Oh, I don't have any more beer. I got to open up another beer, for Christ's sake. Here you go. Oh, yeah. Let me take a swig of this. Anyway, 646-652-4869 is the number to call here, folks. I see people sitting here saying, who are you talking about? Mike V, Mike Ver? If you don't know who Mike Vallely is, then obviously you don't know your ass from your elbow. And if you need some help, go to my blog. There's a whole blog about him right now for all the ass clowns. Who? If you don't know who he is, you're an idiot, all right? my blog. Get a pad and paper, all right? Blog Talk, or excuse me, that's my official website for the Blog Talk Radio Show. All right, you get ready. Ready? ghostpolitics.blogspot.com, all right? ghostpolitics.blogspot.com. And let me tell you something. This Friday, if any of you assholes that are sitting here, flapping your fat fingers on the keyboard talking garbage against me, if any of you assholes call up and make any kind of prank calls to Mike Vallely, let me tell you something. You idiots are going to be on my shit list. That's all I got to say, all right? I'm serious. And if you idiots call up and try to, make an ass out of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast by calling up and prank calling Mike Vallely, I'm going to find out where you're at. I'm going to go to your house. I'm going to beat your ass. I'm going to have the whole neighborhood gang rape your wife. I'm going to beat your dog and then drown your goldfish. If you idiots decide that this Friday you're going to call up and prank call Mike Vallely up in here, all right, you piece of garbage. I'm serious. All right, Mike Vallely can beat up 10 guys at one time, you piece of garbage. I know that all of you think that you're digital tough guys. Like, it doesn't matter, you kick ass, you can't do crap. Anyway, 646-652-4869 is the number to call. Please spread around that this Friday, the day after tomorrow, we're going to have Mike Vallely up in this joint, all right? Anyway, let's take some calls here. 646-652-4869. 270, you're on the air.
Oh, yeah. Hey, what's up, man?
What's going on, bro?
First of all, yeah, Mike Vallely, badass. It's really
Hell yeah.
But
he'll be here this Friday, March 18th, man.
I'll be here. That's the first time I've ever been on here. But back to the fucked up society.
Go for it.
What the fuck? Democracy's failed here.
No,
in
I
America.
agree. I agree.
It's dumb. Same fucking rednecks out in the middle of nowhere get the same one vote as, smart people who know what they're talking about. It's bullshit. It doesn't work.
I agree. Now, let me explain. I have advocated for a long time that what true capitalists need to do, all the true capitalists out there need to come together, and we need to realize that we need to assert our authority. Now, in Miami right now, today in Miami, the true capitalists asserted their authority, and they said that we are not going to allow some bureaucrat to raise taxes on us while he raises the pay grade of all the county employees. This is why I'm saying true capitalists need to come together. And what we need to do is we need to reform the voter situation in America. We need voter reform. Now, what the hell does that mean? That means that we need to restructure who the hell is allowed to vote and who isn't allowed to vote. In my personal opinion, I think that the only people, the exclusive party that should be allowed to vote is those that are paying for taxes, that are paying taxes for this country. Before you go out and you make a vote for the country, you should be able to show a W-2 form to prove that you're paying taxes. And anybody, and I mean anybody, collecting any goddamn entitlements, anybody who's collecting any goddamn government cheese, anybody who's collecting any kind of welfare or any of that crap, you should be prohibited from voting. You want to know why? Because you have an incentive to make sure that one party or one candidate that promises you an up in your pay in your food card or an up in your pay in your government entitlement, you have an incentive. It's like government bribery. Do you understand? So I completely agree with you there, 270. I think that what we need to do is make sure that the only people that have the right to vote are those that are capitalists, that are true capitalists, that actually pay taxes, don't you think?
Yes. Yes.
Absolutely. That's,
go
ahead.
No point. The system fails when everybody's such an idiot. This does not work. You can't have everybody voting because 90% of Americans are just retards.
And, I have to agree with that, man. If you look at what is in sync in pop culture today, with no pun intended, if you look at what's popular in pop culture today, Lady Gaga, I mean, obvious. I mean, come on, man. Lady Eminem. I mean, seriously, some bitchy, blonde-headed imbecile that got his ass kicked out of Detroit and sent down to West Virginia in some trailer park and didn't come back to Detroit until he was 18. And then when he came back, he tried to be some kind of rapper. And even the Insane Clown Posse, even those dumbass fruity juggalos, bitched around Eminem like some fruity-ass, red-headed, four-eyed, freckle-faced, beaten stepchild. All right? I mean, I think that pop culture is a disgrace. It's disgusting. That's why I'm glad that the Internet is taking a precedence over the monopolization of creativity. Because let me tell you, the TV stations, the TV people, the film people, the music people, these people have a monopoly on creativity, and they shouldn't. But what's unfortunate is that we have allowed them to have that monopoly on creativity. And look at us, we're falling in line with it. We're eating it up like a bunch of lab rats running to food pellets, for Christ's sake. Oh, look, Lady Gaga. Oh, my God. Oh, look, it's Lady Gaga. You know, let me tell you something, you idiots. All right, all you people that are flapping your fat Cheeto-stained fingers on the keyboard criticizing me because, oh, look at him. He wants to make it an elitist thing to vote. No, I don't. I just want you to go out and work and pay taxes, that's all. I mean, let me tell you, I don't care if you're a CEO to a corporation or if you're cleaning enema bags for a living. If you're paying taxes, and, I mean, who cares? You should have more of authority than these idiots that are collecting off of the government, for Christ's sake. I mean, don't you agree? Don't you agree that you, as somebody who is paying into the government, somebody that's paying into the government, don't you think that you should have more of authority than some asshole that's just mooching off the government? I mean, that's what I'm advocating, you idiots. Because if you don't think so, if you think, no, everybody should just go ahead and mooch off the government, baby. Everybody should do what they got to do, baby. You know what I'm talking about? Everybody should do what they got to do because you want to know why? It's Junkyard America, baby. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Woo! Welcome to Junkyard America, baby. Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, we give everybody everything they want, baby. This is Junkyard America. Yeah, everybody wants something for their kids. Everybody wants something for something, baby. This is Junkyard America. Junkyard America, baby. Junkyard America. And that's what I'm saying, folks. That's the way it is. It's Junkyard America nowadays, for Christ's sake. Anyway, we've got 7 minutes left in the broadcast. Let's take a couple more callers, see if we can have anybody with any kind of insight. 717, you're on the air.
Hey, what's going on?
What's going on, man?
I like what you have to say.
No, I appreciate it.
Yeah. How's Alex Jones working out for you?
Yeah, you sound like some stupid ethnic minority. All right, why don't you go out there and sell some oranges or something so that you can actually attempt to become a true capitalist. 330, you're on the air.
Hello, this is Stephen Hawking. Is Alex Jones like he?
You stupid, silly bastard. All right, give me a break. All right, shove that text-to-voice Merlin garbage. Shove it up your 386. 14.4K modem asshole. All right. Let me go ahead and take another caller here. 000, you're on the air.
Hey, Ghost, what it do?
What's going on, man?
Not too much, but, I need your help with my homies. They got these bitches all up in here with the welfare, the Section 8, and the government cheese. Never graduated high school, can't read, squeezing out more babies.
Well, what do you need my help for? Why don't you go out there and roll his ass? What the hell's your problem?
Oh, it's not just one, it's all my homies. I work hard and I find girls who are good, but they can't do it.
Well, why don't you move the hell out of your hood, for Christ's sake? I mean, what are you sitting over there, around a bunch of Nimrods that are sitting out there shitting out children like it's going out of style, for Christ's sake? Anyway, I got 5 minutes left. I want to talk about how Nate Dogg. Y'all remember Nate Dogg? It ain't no fun if the homies can't have none. It ain't no fun if the homies can't have none. Do you remember that asshole? Huh? You remember what I'm talking about, huh? Regulate. Remember that asshole? Anyway, Nate Dogg, part of the Dog Pound from the Death Row Records era. Nate Dogg died today at age 41. Poor Nate Dogg. What I want to know is, did Nate Dogg happen to by any chance sip on some purple oil? Huh? Was he sniffing on some PCP or something? I mean, look, I know that we all die, randomly, but in 2007, Nate Dogg suffered a stroke. He suffered another stroke the following year. I mean, maybe he should have stopped, sipping on the purple oil a little bit, huh? Maybe he should have been eating the all-American breakfast that Snoop Dogg was eating, because look at Snoop Dogg, for Christ's sake. You know what I'm saying? Look at Snoop Dogg. He's out there doing the damn Donald Trump roast, for Christ's sake. With his mind on his money and his money on his mind, baby. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, I want to take a couple more callers before we close out here. 646-652-4869. We've got American Marine, Austin, Texas. What's going on?
Yeah, I heard you were sucking off Mike Valley. How's that going for you?
Yeah, you don't sound like no Marine. You sound like the kind of guy that's servicing a glory hole in San Francisco bathhouse somewhere on the corner of Fruit Bowl Avenue and taking it up the Pooper Drive. All right, so don't sit over here and try to, sit over here and make fun of me when you sound fruitier than a box of Fruit Loops, boy. You understand that there, boy? Anyway, let's take some more callers. All right, 111, you're on the air.
Yeah, hello, Ghost. What's up?
Yeah, what's up?
Not much. Hey, I have a question for you.
What's going on?
I think you should interview Alex Jones and Howard Stern because you both fucking suck.
Yeah, well, let me tell you something, all right? Howard Stern and Alex Jones ain't got nothing on me. Do you understand what I'm saying? Get that through your thick-ass noggin, all right? Alex Jones and Howard Stern ain't got nothing on me. Do you understand that, boy? And I want every one of you little people in internet land to realize that. Do you understand? Howard Stern and Alex Jones ain't got nothing on me. So all you assholes that are sitting over here saying, oh, look at Alex Jones, you are a piece of garbage. All right, you are a piece of garbage. Why don't you look on YouTube? All right, why don't you search on YouTube at the lack of appreciation that I have for Alex Jones, you piece of crap. All right? Look on YouTube. Why don't you search for Ghost Conservative, Ghost Capitalist? Why don't you search for Ghost BTR, for Christ's sake, and it'll show you. It'll show your stupid, silly, stinking asses. You pieces of garbage. It'll show you how serious I am about the True Capitalist radio broadcast, about the whole True Capitalist movement. You stupid morons. You people are pissing me off. Anyway, folks, we got 2 minutes left in the broadcast. I want to thank everybody for tuning in with me out there. If you could please spread around like wildfire the official website of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. That's blogtalkradio.com/ghost. That's blogtalkradio.com/ghost. All right, spread it around like wildfire. Not to mention, follow me on Twitter, ass clowns. I know all of you are ashamed. You're like, oh, I'm so ashamed to follow Ghost on Twitter. He says so many bad things. Follow me on Twitter, assholes. Ghost Politics. All one word, no underscores. Ghost Politics is the name to follow. All right, folks. Anyway, I want to give shout-outs to everybody that was out here I want to give a shout-outs to Debbie Daly. What's going on? We got future DNB. What's going on? Goku in the house. What's going on? We're going to give some more shout-outs out here to Slim Jim. He's in the house. Uncle Bobby, even though he was spamming my chat room, he's in the house. Tony in Ohio in the house. What's going on, Tony in Ohio? Who else we got up in here? We got Nigerian up in here. He's always up in this joint. We got a lot of people up in this place. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. If you want to tune in live, blogtalkradio.com/go. Spread it around like wildfire. I'm here Monday through Friday. Every Monday through Friday, 4 to 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. 4 to 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. So spread it around like wildfire. I'm going to be here tomorrow, same place, same time. I hope I see you here, you milky lickers. Long live capitalism, baby.
You've been listening to True Capitalist Radio. The thoughts, views, ideas, comments, and opinions of the host of this show are absolutely his. Catch more live episodes Monday through Friday from 3:30 to 6:30 Central. Or check out archive shows at blogtalkradio.com. True Capitalist Radio.
That's it.
Boar's Head is bringing a slice of Japan to the deli. Introducing Boar's Head Ichiban Teriyaki-style chicken. Tender, slow-roasted chicken breast, coated in our signature teriyaki glaze, where ginger, garlic, and a hint of brown sugar meet for a flavor that's both sweet and savory. New Boar's Head Ichiban Teriyaki-style chicken. The bold flavor of Japan. Now at the deli. Only from Boar's Head. Compromise elsewhere.